Good morning, everybody. This is the Oskar Quentin Show, where I take calls from the general public on TikTok Live and discuss politics and related things, sometimes the prompt, because Trump did some executive orders yesterday that I think are quite illegal. If you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, if we're not live, then you can find a pinned comment at the top of the comments that'll tell you when the first oppositional call starts, as well as some more comprehensive timestamps of the episode in the description below. We've got Jessie in the producer's chair today. Are you doing your makeup?
I'm not. I'm just doing my eyebrows.
We are 10 seconds into the show and you were over there getting dolled up. You think you're going to get airtime today? You might. I
was just about to say that was just our discussion, so I thought maybe I'd put on my eyebrows because last time I did it, the members clowned me for looking like a ghost.
Okay. Let's get the multi-guest request queue open. Let's get the backup account in the corner so people can follow that. Ban was worth it the other day. That guy's in trouble for what he did. Uh-oh. Somebody did something illegal on the Oskar Quentin Show. I don't like it when people do things that are that illegal and harmful to society. Not a fan. Anyway. Okay. Let's, what do I need to do? I'm forgetting my steps here. Oh, no, let's not join Santana's live. That'd be fun, but we're doing my show right now. Okay. Look at that. Dead air while I think out loud about how to do a thing I do every single day. There we go. This should probably be your job. I don't know why I do this.
No.
It is nice that I have the phone over here because I get a view of what the show looks like live, so I can like move around. No, it's different on everybody's phone. Thank you, Little Boots, for the $10 on YouTube Super Chat. Give the eyebrows airtime. Oh, they want to see the eyebrows. How are you feeling about your eyebrows today, Jessie?
They're already done. You guys can't hurt me.
I mean, don't tempt them. No, the YouTube chat is polite. Oh, look, Jessie, I did ask you if the sign looked good. Can you look at the sign again and tell me if you think it looks good? All right. Here, we learn in real time that I actually do just draw the signs by hand. Let's get rid of that.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's the second time that's happened in 110 episodes. So I'm okay. One of them was just the third time technically. One of them was just a misplaced apostrophe, but I think the other one was Jesus or Jesus instead of Jesus. All right, let's see if I can get this in one try. It did take me two tries when I made the first one, but we'll see how I do. But you talk while I write, so you were still doing your makeup over there.
Why? They're hard.
Be entertaining, so I can draw the new sign.
Oh my god! Well, what in God's name? Why? This must be a different show. Because why were you putting Jesus in the prompt?
I don't even remember. I think I wrote Jesus would hate Trump, and it farmed a lot of engagement saying that Jesus doesn't hate anybody, and I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I feel like Jesus is like a perfect example of the paradox of tolerance, no? But no, he does tolerate everybody. He even forgave Pontius Pilate. Welcome to today's Catholic chat. Just kidding. Canadian Princess said $2 Canadian. Another day, another constitutional crisis. I do find that pretty rich coming from a Canadian. You are so right. I hope you're enjoying the show that is American politics right now.
Almost there.
Cosmic Travesty sent $5 with no words.
Thank you.
Well, that frightens me because Cosmic is known for other things, specifically bullying me in the Discord.
Okay, everybody needs to tell me if there are typos before I hang it. Did I spell everything correctly?
Trump's orders are obvious. Is there an E in obviously?
No, there's definitely not. Don't fuck with me like that.
And then Celestial Darkness also sent $2 to say Mary of blank eyebrows are just a little bit too high up there.
I can't wait for you to be mayor of Minnesota. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have put a warning in our employment contract that the inside jokes will follow you until you die.
Until I die, quite possibly.
Until you fucking die, the fucking inside jokes. So you either gotta engage with them because you like them or ignore them completely.
Oh, I didn't even look over in the TikTok chat. Tori said, "Have you ever listened to Sensing Agony?" Thanks. You should if you haven't. And then Bloomberger, who I think is also Paradox of Tolerance, said even Jesus kicked over tables and brandished a thing. So
Yeah. Yes, Paradox Intolerance has just changed his username to Bloomberger, but friend of the show. Thank you, Canadian Princess, for the $2. Another day, another constitutional crisis. You already read that. Cosmic Travesty, the $5. See, look at that. You're reading donations and stuff. You got to click the little heart. And then, yeah, there we go. Brendan, welcome to the team over on YouTube. He became a supporter, and then Cosmic Travesty used their 2-month message to say that was for Jessie's campaign fund. That's what the $5 for was, for that, to make sure that you become mayor of Minnesota.
Damn it.
Ragscallion for $10 said, hello, Jessie, my queen.
Hello.
And pre-cat tax also. Where are the kitties? There's one kitty. No, she's got business to attend to. She's not dealing with us. Oh, she's gonna go bother Jessie.
Yeah, it's Suki. I was like, where do you think she's going?
she's already rock climbing up the producer's desk, trying to yank cables and shit.
Suki.
Okay. Enough goofing around. No, not enough goofing around because we don't have a caller yet. More goofing around. Okay, seriously though, these executive orders. I think we've all heard me talk about Executive Order 14160 quite a fucking lot. And basically this is just, we'll go into it probably with the caller at some point today. But long story short is that Trump said, fuck the Supreme Court, I'm just going to try again, is basically what he was. Slightly different changes to the interpretation of the 14th Amendment. But again, it's just not his fucking purview as president. Obviously illegal. Hence the sign for the day. Oh, I had Frankie in the queue, but now he's gone. That's why I was doing the short version. So maybe I'll do a slightly longer version, which is that we have 2 executive orders. One of them is titled Ending Birth Tourism, and then the other is Continuing to Protect the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. And both of them have to do with the exact parameters and exceptions that exist around a person having birthright citizenship, because there do exist some. Wait, I want to do the full one, not the partial. So it's these two most recent executive orders, and then the pages for them are here. I hate that when I'm using the White House website page, there's so many fucking pop-ups. It's like, do you want us to spam you propaganda? I'm like, no, thank you. I like to spoon feed the propaganda to myself when I'm ready for it. Shout out to whatever one of my exes is still mad enough that every time I unsubscribe, I get resubscribed to these damn texts. Are you on Trump's mailing
yes!
Text mailing list?
Unfortunately.
What kind of
Dude, they're just as insane and clickbaity as these are. I'll see if I can find one to read out. You just keep doing your thing.
Yeah. So they list some of the ways in which the parents of individuals who are born in the country can disqualify them from having birthright citizenship. And I just find it alarming that the executive order is how about ambassadors? And it's well, it already says that in the Constitution. It already says in the 14th Amendment that if you're an ambassador to another country and you have a child on American soil within the U.S. jurisdiction, then your child's not gonna have citizenship. So the fact that they have to reiterate that here just demonstrates that this is not a legally rigorous attempt to do anything. I think this is just the sort of thing where Trump supporters are gonna read an executive order like this and be like, that sounds great. We shouldn't give birthright citizenship to people under those circumstances. But the bottom line is that none of these exceptions are. Even if some of these are a little bit reasonable, a couple of them are, it's just not the fucking job of the president to do this with executive order. It's the same fucking thing I've said about 14160. It's just there's no point in arguing about whether or not these are good rules. I think they are generally bad rules. They also disqualify certain regions, if they make it harder for a person to get birthright citizenship if they're born in one of the territories or territorial waters, those sorts of things. So it's exceptions that don't even affect a very large number of people, but the language around the exceptions is vague, and we'll probably get into some of that exactly later on in the episode today. And when the exceptions are vague, that makes it easy for the feds to say you are disqualified because of this particular exception. Tara Dawn saw me on Parker's Live the other day. How did I like it? I had a really nice time on Parker's Live. I'm not even gonna front. When I was on Dean's Live, I had stage fright. 35,000 people concurrent at the start or something between YouTube and TikTok. And I performed well. It went very well. Got lots of followers from it. Lots of people saw me on Dean. But I just definitely wasn't as comfortable as I like to be when I'm live. And when people come on my show and have stage fright because there's 1,000 people watching, I'm I have to remind myself that that's a lot of people normally. But I have a lot of public speaking experience. And even before all this, 1,000 people didn't quite scare me. But I definitely felt the pressure of being oh my God, I'm on Dean's show. And I don't think it has anything to do with Parker's concurrent being a little bit smaller. I think I've just gotten a little more used to it since then. So I was totally cool as a cucumber. I also was on for 3 hours, so I definitely had loads of time to chill out. And I think I performed well. I will say it's very fun to be on one of these other lives where I run my show in a particular way, and I avoid some of the more trash talky kind of dunking strategies. Like I do, you guys know I'm quick. I'll be mean. I'll be witty or whatever. But for the most part, I like try to keep it on this really like aggressive through line. It's interesting being on a show like Parker's where there's a little bit more of that kind of allowed just by the nature of the show. I've watched it before. So to let myself relax in some of the ways that I normally bite my tongue, where I'm like not quite so snippy and mean, it's kind of fun for me. And the audience liked it. So it was fun getting my burns in and stuff like that. And I think that me and Parker have good like host chemistry just in terms of like giving each other airtime and like, bouncing from one point to another. 2v1s are unfair for the one, to be straightforward, if we're just going to talk about whether or not like it's easy to win the debate based on your skills. But I also think it's the truth versus the claims of the caller. So who cares if it's a 10v1? Like if the 10 are easier at finding the truth. But I also think that panels get crowded and people step on each other's toes. I run into that with certain co-hosts, and that's one of the ways you stay a co-host on my show is if you come up and you're good at not stepping on each other's toes and like actually keeping the conversation listenable to somebody who's just trying to hear the through line. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed hosting with Parker, and I expect he'll be on this show at some point. He's mentioned it numerous times that he's interested in that, and not going to steal up all the airtime on his show, but I do really appreciate him letting me on. On that note, we're going to talk to Faye HL, and we're going to see if 10 minutes into the show we get a caller who's going to try to defend these orders or anything else that Donald Trump has done with his career or presidency. How old are you? Somebody in the chat just asked about people coming up who are in the tub. Not the worst trend in terms of like trolling, right? Like the Charlie Kirk song was fun. Got to do some singing. New here, love Parker and Dean. Gonna check you out too. Well, welcome. We'll see if I can get some dang callers. Raven sent $2. That's a staff member. She's just trolling the algorithm. Piercing the veil of my banishment to say W chat. Yes, Raven is slightly banished from the show. Raven's not in trouble. This is just an internal thing. We're behind on clips, and we were discussing potentially banning trans issues as a topic, just because like we banned abortion. I don't even remember when, 2 or 3 weeks ago, just because I had a period where over the course of 2 weeks, something like 10 out of 14 episodes had like an hour of abortion. And that's just like, it's just becoming the abortion show. So we're just going to not with that for a little while. And I kind of feel like, I'm pulling back on that. Like abortion can poke through as a topic now. And I'm not going to just say no. I had to say no for like a week and a half just to fucking like clear the palate in terms of the show becoming the abortion show. And that was kind of happening over the last few weeks with trans issues. And we've got some clips on the various social media pages that like really encompass my position on trans rights or trans individuals playing sports or that sort of thing. So I think we're going to put that fucking topic to rest a little bit for a little while. And that times well with us having some back end editing work that needs to be done, that with Raven doing timestamps, and she ends up kind of double timing her time on the show, which is a little inefficient. So we're going to play some catch up and like, we're going to soft ban trans issues as a topic, because Raven still is going to be in the producer's chair someday doing the timestamping and the other live production work that Jessie's doing today. So hashtag free Raven is what I expect to see in the chat now, right? For $5, Brendan said, I didn't take you seriously as a debater because of the keyboards visible. When I eventually relented and tried, I prefer you now over Parker and Dean. Oh, I'm going to make the keyboard visible just for you. No, he's in the YouTube chat. I'll put it. Oh, those keyboards. Oh, those ones. Right. Yeah, well, fuck you. They were there before the show started. They're more important than you. That's
so funny.
What?
By the way. Just like, yeah, I couldn't take you seriously because you play piano. Thanks for giving us a chance.
I didn't even think about it because I wasn't even aware. It had not even occurred to me that Dean Withers also has keyboards to his right, like in the background. Because it isn't that I was copying his setup. It's that we just both happen to play the piano. And a lot of people have their main setup. And then to the left or right, their music setup. So this is just the way that
we just have a smaller space, okay?
There's nowhere the fuck else to put them. I'm not going to try to pronounce this username. I'm just going to hit accept. It's like, oh no, I will try to pronounce it. It's like,
I hand wrote it down.
Did you get every letter right?
I did.
Good. Hello.
Yo.
Are you in the shower?
What about it?
All right. Yeah, it's funny. There's like hate comments. Like somebody says Dean Withers is a performative artist. I literally consider myself a performance artist. Like that's the category of thing that I'm doing. I guess like political commentator is a more serious thing, but in terms of running this show, I am doing a performance to make people watch the show, and then I'm sneaking my politics into it. And I have like some foundational rules that prevent me from like sacrificing my authenticity for the sake of engagement or being entertaining. But like we literally are performance artists. Like go to an art school and learn about what performance art is, and they will cover things like this. They will cover the fact that in the 21st century, it has really changed to what it means to be a performance art because you can film yourself and broadcast it to the world. I don't consider performance artist an insult. I'm a musician. Musicians are performance artists, right? Hi-Fi Mike sent $2 to say, all hail the mayor of Minnesota. She's not the mayor yet. We still don't get complacent. She's going to need votes to become mayor of Minnesota. We got to get people on board. Again, I still haven't even found the spot on the ballot where they're going to put you. Because I don't know.
You guys can't see me, but I'm staring very like deadpan over at Oscar.
There's steam wafting off of her hair.
There is steam.
Yeah.
There is steam.
Oh, man. All right, do we have any opposition in the chat? Let's see. Just like the mainstream news drama BS, at least it has have ethic flag point. What are we talking about? What is that? Difference between performance art and performative, y'all. There's a different. Well, I don't know. I thank you for the meteor shower. I think it's really like semantic, whether like because it is. I say all the time that there's a really performative element to this. So to say that performance and performative is different, I don't really think it is. I think all the time about how I weigh the performative components of this against the authentic ones and make sure that I preserve the authenticity while leveraging the performative parts to like make those numbers at the top of the screen bigger so that the show is more successful. Thanks for the donations, everybody. Linktree in the bio if you want to support that. Make sure I can afford to fucking pay Jessie and Raven. Running the show is expensive, but it's going great. Thanks, everybody. Weirdthots8. I've definitely talked to Weirdthots8, but I can never remember. We got to get that caller catalog going so I know who these people are. How old are you?
44.
44. You're a little quiet. You have a Bluetooth device connected?
No, is that better?
Yes, it is. A little bit. Could you get a little, whatever you just did, could you do it a little more?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
That's a little better. You support Trump?
Okay. I do.
Why is that?
Well, he's the executive branch. He's handling international diplomacy like Biden wasn't. He's actually working on deporting the illegals, but the Democratic sanctuary cities are getting in the way, as they always do. I like it.
Why do you like it?
Well, under Maduro, Venezuela went to shit. Their people were starving, and they were weaponizing their whole oil industry.
What's better about the state of affairs in Venezuela now?
Well, they're reestablishing their oil production. They're actually...
But we've taken control of their oil production by force.
How are we taking control of their oil production by force?
We kidnapped their president, threatened the vice president, who then became their president, that there'd be more military action if they didn't let us take control of their oil supply. They relented. Now we control their oil supply.
Oh, so their drug supply coming into America was a direct attack on American citizens.
I'm sorry, I didn't mention... I'm sorry, are you pivoting away? Because my question was what's better about Venezuela, and you said that they're taking control of their... or like improving their oil infrastructure or something?
Well,
but
you said we kidnapped their president. That's not true.
We did.
We found him guilty of war crimes, like you guys use the imaginary global courts for Netanyahu.
We captured him. Can we agree that we captured him?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, we captured their president, their vice president, then became the president. We threatened the new president and said that if you don't let us take control of your oil infrastructure, there will be more military action against you. That is what happened. How is that better for Venezuela?
Oh, that's simple. If you look at the GDP correlation of when Maduro was elected, their GDP massively dropped. People went into starvation. It even happened.
But his vice president is now in control and operating under threat of military action from Donald Trump. So I ask again, how is that better? Because I'm not interested in hearing that it got worse when Maduro took power. I'm trying to understand how it got better when we captured Maduro and took control of their oil supply.
Because the profits go to the people, not the corrupt government.
I'm sorry. The profits from those oils are being offshored in Qatar by Trump. They're not going to the United States. He's not putting the oil, not using the oil to help the oil market. They're not being held by
the corrupt government until it.
Well, they're being controlled by a different corrupt government, our government, by offshoring the funds in Qatar, which is a country that very suspiciously gave Trump a 747, which is a bizarre gift to give a president. What?
Holy shit, you're all over the place. Did you take your testosterone pill today, dude? Settle down.
Ooh, I think you've realized that I know a little bit more about the subject matter than you, so you've gone ad hominem. You want to turn on your camera to show that you're not a bitch who's going to insult somebody's appearance from the safety of the white hood that you get to wear by being on TikTok and not hitting your camera button? Let's see if this bitch will turn on his camera.
Oh, this is going to be good.
Is it? Oh, you know what? I'm actually just going to kick you. Last time somebody grunted like that and made, I don't feel like contacting the police and wherever the fuck it is you live. I don't feel like having that conversation with TikTok again, so we're going to fucking move on. Let me know in the chat. Did you think he was going to show us his dick? That's just kind of that one a little early in the show for me to have to deal with getting a ban appealed. Oh wait, we had a donation come in. Gravlid, thank you for the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Mr. Oscar, I messaged you on Instagram asking for my help with my fundamentals on guitar. I'm self-taught and it's my 5th instrument, but I fear getting hurt due to pain. Dude, I think I may have seen that message, but I will just be straight up. Especially if you already have that level of experience, I don't think I'm the right teacher for you. I'm in a similar boat. I'm decent at playing some instruments, but I really don't consider myself that kind of expert, especially not if you're dealing with like a pain issue. So sorry to offer you no advice at all, but especially if you're dealing with a pain issue, I don't want to offer you bad advice.
I'm a huge advocate for finding an in-person teacher. They're actually so easy to find on like Facebook and stuff. Like that's how I found my violin tutor, and I found one like literally right in my city that could help me out. So find Facebook. Usually if you go through something that's not like an organization, like you go through somebody who just does it out of their house, you can do it for pretty good prices, and it just helps to have that in-person teacher.
Yeah. I know we've had that guy up before. Midwest Progressive says that he hosts his own lives and is just terrible. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly just terrible. But like, I don't like, okay, so he attacked my testosterone level because was I all over the place? Was like, I think he was all over the place. He brought up deporting the illegal immigrants. He brought up foreign policy, which I guess he brought us to foreign policy with Venezuela. But I really stayed on the Venezuela thing. Yeah, I don't know. Sean sent $2 to say I'm working on Quentin Drive listening to this. Thank you for the $2, Sean. All right. We've got Dina Monier in the request queue. That's a new username. Maybe it'll be a new topic. Maybe it'll be a new conversation that I haven't had before. It's been a while since I've had a new conversation on this show. How old are you?
Hello. How are you, Oscar?
Doing all right. How old are you?
I'm alive. I'm okay.
How old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Are you a Trump supporter?
I'm a father of 3 children. Trump supporters? Sure, no.
You're not a Trump supporter?
No.
I am just looking for Trump supporters today to maybe debate some of these topics. Carl sent me $10 on Buy Me a Coffee to say, remember the boxes of hard drives seized from Epstein? I am convinced the ones with compromising videos magically disappeared. Otherwise, charges would have been filed immediately. I do worry, with Trump in control of all of this for so long, that a lot of the evidence around the Epstein case has just been lost. Like gone forever, will never be seen by anybody. There doesn't exist another copy of it ever. All those security cameras on Epstein's property, I mean, it's possible that he set up some way for them to be wiped so that if he ever got raided, they'd get deleted in time or something like that. Like, we'll just never know. Like, that's the shame about so much of this, is that we will just never know exactly how many grievously horrible crimes Donald Trump committed against children. We'll never know exactly how many. I'm highly confident that it's more than one. That it's more than 0. Like that, it's a non-zero number of grievous, horrible crimes against children. I think that's made really obvious by his behavior. And I'd love to have a conversation with somebody who maybe doesn't think that so much. Kelly, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. Kelly sent me $2 to say from saving me from seeing that guy's wang. Yeah. People can like I gotta be careful with kicks like that. Screechmeister, who's even like kind of good faith generally, is like in the chat saying that I was running from him like I was scared. But I mean, seriously, like this, it is such an embarrassment that somebody could watch a call like that one and act as though I was scared of that guy. Like I did detect in his tone right away. I was scared he was going to show his dick on my show, which is bad. I didn't want that to happen. I'd love to get him caught for that. but I'd love much more for that crime not to happen. So I got to just take priority on that, on what I think, in that moment is going to happen. So I made a judgment call there. But like, did I look scared in that conversation? Was I running? Like, he's the one who turned to an ad hominem. He's the one who turned to my testosterone level or like whatever bullshit. Q filled up really fast. That's sometimes a red flag. Yeah, Zakaria? Zakaria? I'm not sure. Hello, how old are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, bro.
How old?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Didn't I just speak to you?
What?
Didn't I just speak to you just a moment ago?
No.
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yes.
Why do you support Trump?
Cause Trump soon will he destroyed on the Middle East, and soon he will destroy the USA. That's it.
Okay. So
We know that he will destroy the USA soon.
Okay, you want Trump to destroy the USA? Why do you want the USA to be destroyed?
I don't want him to destroy anything, but he's planning to destroy the Middle East by give Israel everything, like money and bombs and rockets.
What's your interest in this? Where do you live?
I'm from Palestine, from Gaza, but now I'm displaced in Egypt.
Okay.
I'm homeless in Egypt because of the war. Sure.
And you support Donald Trump?
I support Donald Trump. Why? You asked me why.
Yeah.
Because he will destroy the USA, and he will destroy Israel by his hands, by his.
He's helping Israel. What do you mean?
He is helping Israel. Yeah, I'm agree with you right now. He is helping Israel. Sure. But all of this gonna destroy his country and destroy Israel soon. Why? Today, Israel bombs in Gaza, bombs in Syria, bombs in Lebanon, bombs in everywhere. And soon, and Iran, and soon Israel will think.
Normally it's my impression to believe somebody who says they're affected so closely to one of these issues, and I like to platform those sorts of conversations, but I'm just making the judgment call that guy wasn't making any sense.
Also, I don't think you could say that word that many times.
Which one?
What Israel is doing to Gaza?
Sure. Thank you for the gift.
If he's real, he's an accelerationist, like a true.
Yeah. Emily, Taserface, Portland. Who is sending all these gifts? I'm so bad at managing the gifts or watching the gifts during the show. I need to scroll back up. Polly sent gifts. Thank you so much. I gotta look through this from time to time. Sorry if I missed some of the bigger gifts. I just saw that the gifts went up and I hadn't noticed. Anyway, we're gonna talk to Sauce. He was jumping in the chat to chat, so we'll see what we're gonna chat about. How old are you?
Hello, Oscar. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you well. How old are you?
I'm 24, Oscar.
Okay, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, I am.
Why is that?
I was hoping we could have a little bit of a debate.
All right, can we get rid of the background noise, please?
What background noise?
Come on, dude.
What? I'm just trying to have a friendly debate here, Oscar.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Yeah, all right, fair enough. I didn't really have anything beyond. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have anything beyond the bath bit.
Why do you do this? Why do you spend your time doing this?
I'm not gonna lie, you don't have that many guest requesting up, so it took like maybe 2 to 3 minutes to actually like get on your live, like max.
Yeah. So why is it that this is how you spend your time? Though is what I'm asking you personally.
I mean, same reason you do it. I kind of find it entertaining.
This is my job. It's 2 of my friends' jobs that help me run the show, and I really think that I'm doing good work at getting my political perspective into people's minds. Like I'm really worried about accomplishing that. Why is this how you spend your time? What are you accomplishing for yourself? When you're old and dying and lying in bed, you think back on when you were 24 and spent your time doing this. Are you going to think that was a good use of your time? Is this going to make you happy when you're older?
Weren't you just going on about how ad hominem attacks are bad faith?
I'm just trying to understand why you spend your time doing this.
Like I said, mostly because I enjoy it. Same reason as you.
Why do you enjoy it?
I think it's kind of funny to see you go on and continue, I guess. even though you know that like I'm arguing in bad faith at this point and not actually like attempting to do anything good here.
Right. And I really work hard to understand people who argue in bad faith on here. I really just try to understand, like, when you wake up in the morning, why you think that, like, coming in and doing this is a way that, like, I don't know. I just can't relate to somebody who thinks that spending their time this way is a good way to optimize the rest of their life being good. You should learn a hobby or something.
No, I mean, I do have plenty of other hobbies. This isn't like my only thing. Although I guess I shouldn't be like defending it.
Gravid said for $10 on YouTube Super Chat, he's mad at the world because he was displaced. Oscar, you probably should have tried to rationalize that. Oh, the previous caller, that wasn't about you. I do really want to understand you. Again, like, why do you think that this is fun for you?
You know what? I guess that's a good question. I haven't really like ever dived into that like interpersonally. In all fairness, I thought it was mostly just funny to repeat the bath bit on somebody who hasn't, you know, other than Dean.
Right, but I just don't like which side of this are you on? Are you trying to help Trump?
Oh, no. I'm definitely not a Trump supporter.
Then why are you doing this?
I actually used to, kind of similarly to you, join debate forums and like try to debate people as much as possible. It's just not something I engage with anymore.
Yeah, I just don't understand why, like, there are so many other things a person could spend their time doing than calling into these lives and doing the bathwater bit. And I just can't comprehend what it's like to be a person where when you look at the options for how you could spend your time, that's the thing you choose. I'm just really trying to understand that.
Well, I mean, this also isn't the only thing I'm even doing at this one moment.
Of all the things you could be doing, there are many options that don't include calling into lives and making bathwater noises. I'm wondering why you didn't choose one of those.
I mean, options. I'm also at work, so it does kind of limit what else I could be doing during that time.
Okay.
You have a bathtub at work?
Yeah, I think you should.
I mean, I'm working from home.
Right. Okay. So of all the different ways, you're really dodging the question here. Of all the different ways you could just slack off while working from home, you choose this one. Why?
I've kind of gone bored of the other options.
You're not you underestimate the human condition if you think that you've run out of options and this is the best one. I pity that, man. That's
you
terrible.
gotta like sit and wait for a while, like not on our queue necessarily all of the time, but in order to do this, you gotta like pre-plan it. You gotta sit, you gotta wait, and then you gotta run up from your desk that you're working from home at, run to the sink.
Really, this took me all of about like 2 to. Like I said, maybe
it doesn't matter to me how long it takes. It's that he wants to do it at all. That's quite bizarre to me.
I just mean like there's so many chances for that thought process to go, it's not that funny.
Yeah,
I said, it really wasn't that long of an amount of time.
Right, but I just don't understand how like I think that every fucking minute that we get on this planet is precious, and I just don't understand how it is that you choose to spend some of them on doing something like that. Because it's not about it being like an effective troll or bothering my show or getting in the way of the airtime or anything like that. It just genuinely is that I cannot comprehend why, even when sitting here being interrogated by me about it, you can't offer that there's probably a way that you could spend those few minutes of your life such that you'll be happier when you're old and dying and reflecting on your life and wondering if you'd spent it well. I think I'm going to look back on this time and think what a crazy whirlwind that was. I can't believe I got to do that, and I don't think that that's how you're going to feel about this time. I think you're going to wish you'd gotten better at some things, met some new people, maybe touched some grass, perhaps.
I mean, like I said, man, I'm kind of at work right now, so there's not really a whole lot of other options I can have.
But you're talking in circles about your own, like you're dodging questions about like your own attitude towards life, because I already answered that. You were just playing whack-a-mole here. You could slack off while working at home, doing something that will make you less frustrated with yourself when you're on your deathbed, thinking about how you wasted so much time in your youth. You're younger than me. You got a couple of years ahead of you that are now behind me that I sit and think, man, there's maybe some better ways I could have spent that time.
I mean, that's fair, but that's all like very much like a hypothetical. That's very much an assumption on how I'm going to assume at my deathbed. That's assuming I even get a deathbed, right?
It's entirely possible that you'll never spend a moment in your entire life being introspective. That wouldn't surprise me.
No, I mean, like I can die at any given time. Like, again, I may not even have a moment to reflect upon my own death, right? So I may not ever get the moment to actually say, like, man, I wish I had
added $10 on YouTube Super Chat to say, tell this little homunculus to pick up a new skill, or he will continue being told when to work and how long. Well, it's a good point. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that there's this thing about humans, which is that we become destructive when we're bored. Like people who are bored will like inflict pain on themselves. Like, you know, for example, like if you're left in a waiting room with nothing and like no windows to look out of, and you put like a sharp object on the desk, like people will do random things like poke their hand with it just to like give them some kind of stimulation. But if people are bored and they have access to other people, they'll harass them. It's like this nasty thing where behind like the curtain of anonymity, you will bother people intentionally for fun. This is where bullying comes from in a lot of places. There's really interesting studies on how malignant people become behind anonymity when it's mixed with boredom. But separately, when we aren't lonely, when we engage with our community and when we connect with life in maybe the ways that I do, and it seems that you obstinately don't, you find that when people are bored, instead of being harmful to society, they do interesting things. They learn skills, they solve new problems, they make art. Like boredom can be leveraged into something really powerful for people, and you seem to be going the wrong path with it and leveraging your boredom into harms to society, which you find entertaining. And you don't even seem to be curious about yourself, why harming society, bothering people, cures your boredom. Like, don't you think that like you should be aware of like what the fuck like is going on inside you that makes you like this?
Well, again, I don't really perceive the thing that we're doing right now to be that different. We're both on the same live right now. It may be your live, and I understand that you get paid for it, but in all honesty, I also make money off of this. Whenever I join onto one of these lives and I enter as a guest, I'm also able to make money off of this. I also do make some like form of payment.
Okay, so, I mean, I can look at the 0 next to your username, and like maybe somebody will send you a gift right now, so that there'll be like 7 pennies sitting in your thing at the end here. But like, this show has changed my life. Like it was in the last year that I like decided between groceries and rent when I looked at my finances, and that's not my financial situation anymore. I'm kind of building something that I'm really excited about, like the trajectory of my life. And I just don't at all accept that you think you're going to get enough gifts from being a douchebag on my show that it's going to fucking change your life and make you happy with how you spent your youth.
Again, this is all based off of the assumption that I'm going to regret this later on. That's again an assumption.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not assuming that. I'm asking why you aren't concerned about that. Thank you for the $10 or so, Mark. I've done that currency conversion before. I think that's about $10. Trolls find enjoyment in making others miserable. Yeah, that's just what I was saying. It's like there's this trolling thing that people do to quell their boredom, which I think is like, if you look inward about yourself and realize that you're using the boredom you have in your life,
for the money gun,
to create harm to other people, instead of like making your life better. And I just think that that's like devastating. And it's like, it's interesting to talk to a person who doesn't care about that about themselves. But I guess a lot of people don't care about themselves in that way. And that's why we have so many lazy, incompetent adults in this world. I think social media has given us the tools. In the past, we didn't have the tools to turn boredom into bothering other people, because if you had to go to the local saloon and do it, you'd get shot for behaving like the way that you're behaving. Now you don't. There aren't
isn't your entire job turning boredom into harassment? Isn't the entire point of debating to kind of
the fact that you think that that's the purpose of debating like shows to me that like your perspective on all of this is warped. But what I was about to say is that here in the 21st century, you don't have to go see people face to face. You don't have to risk somebody reacting negatively to go be an asshole on the internet. You get to just do it. And you maybe aren't aware of the fact that because that's available to you, instead of using your boredom to make your life better, you are using your boredom to just quell you're spending time quelling that boredom, giving yourself a little dopamine hit by like fucking annoying live hosts for whatever. And me, like, maybe it's not working on me because I find this conversation fascinating. It's amazing to see somebody so uninterested in bettering themselves.
What you're offering to other people.
Elite said $5 on YouTube Super Chat to say, Collar's coping so hard, he's making money off being unconstructive to the conversation. Yeah, I'm currently pretty comfortable with the ratio of money that he's making on this call versus the ratio of money that I'm making on this call, or the ratio between the two, I mean to say. £5 from Ali, who said, guest says life is short, but is still wasting time doing this shit. I know, right? Cordova Labs sent $2 to say, why are all the callers a David level bitch? Yeah, I don't know. We're just out of like serious Trump supporters.
To expand on my perspective again, what I was trying to say is that you actually offer the same thing to all of your viewers, the ability to kind of interact with people without actually having to interact with them, right? The ability to actually hide behind that screen and debate with people or kind of make fun of them.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, you offer that ability to your viewers. Again, that's what you allow your viewers
to hide behind behind the
do what I do, which is hide behind a screen and, provide some form of anonymity so that they can make fun of people.
I would rather do this in person. Like, how many people are watching? We've got what is that? Can't do math. There's got like 900, almost 1,000 people watching. I'd so much rather be in a room with 1,000 chairs. I mean, this is just a limitation. So like, I recognized a second ago that the internet gives the tools to assholes like yourself to show your true colors, but you're accusing me of being just such an asshole or promoting a situation where everybody else can be just such an asshole. But do you believe me when I tell you that it'd be very much my preference to be in an auditorium with 1,000 people and you sitting in a chair on stage next to me?
Yes, I do believe that you're a narcissist.
I think that narcissism is definitely a character trait that I have, and I try to leverage that for good by running this show. But I think that's a complete dodge from what I just said about you. You accused me of promoting an environment where people get to leverage that sort of an anonymity for harm. And what I'm saying is that fact about this platform is the thing I hate about it the very most. And I would so much prefer to do this in an auditorium in person in front of everybody, where everybody's showing their face. So can you please respond to the fact that while I agree with you about the nature of what happens here on TikTok Live or on YouTube Live, if you're watching on YouTube, I'd much prefer to do it in person?
I mean, I just did that. I said, yes, I do agree that you would prefer to be in an auditorium. And then I gave my reasoning for that, which is I believe that you have a bit of a narcissistic personality, which, again, you just agreed with.
I mean,
so I'm not sure what the question here is at this point.
Dude, I wanted an auditorium full of people before I started doing TikTok Live. I'm a musician. I hope to be able to have 1,000 people in an audience and play music someday. That's a goal.
So what are we disagreeing about at this point? About your narcissism? Or I'm just confused.
Well, I just don't understand why you're like in this conversation with me and about our character, like why you're talking about the fact that I give my audience this anonymity when I would prefer not to. I'm saying that that's something that happens as a side effect of how this platform works, and I don't like that. And is that somehow like my fault that it works that way?
I mean, the main reason that I'm doing this is because my 8:30 isn't over yet, and I'm just kind of, waiting for that to wrap up.
Right, but the question is that, like, you could do literally anything else with your time other than, I would argue, quite narcissistically go take up time on somebody else's live to, like, do a little bit that you, like, childishly think is entertaining. I'm just trying to understand you because like I said,
it's for the same reasons that you do it. It's because I do find some form of enjoyment from it. I do make a slight bit of money off of it. In all honesty, I do think that I help to push the person. I think that's kind of a change in the direction that we were just on.
Straightforward question. Do you think you're a good person?
Hold on. I do think. Well, can I ask why we're switching directions so quickly?
It's my fucking show, and I choose the direction we go. Are you a good person? Yes or no?
Wait. Why are we switching directions so quickly?
Shouldn't be a hard question. While you think about whether or not you're a good person, I should probably read some of these donations. Thank you, David, for the $5 on Venmo. David said, "Hey, Sauce, would like me to teach you how to solder electronics. It's a fun hobby that you can turn into money. It's better than the Bathtub." I made money soldering for a long time. I used to repair electronics for a living. I've installed a lot of capacitors into the power supply board of a LCD television back in the day when those were expensive. Ooh, yeah, do recommend learning digital electronics and, well, I guess capacitors are analog electronics. But anyway, Kronos, using my last buck to tell Jessie to don't use your last buck on my show, Kronos.
Do you read the notifications in order to give yourself time to think between
No, I remember you couldn't come up with an answer when I asked you if you're a good person. I'm reading the donations to give you time to think about the answer to that question.
No, but
Cronus, you're using my last buck to tell Jessie to check her DMs. Send her some vids to cheer her up from Sunday. Tell her to check her Discord DMs when she wants to see it. No worry, though. No flashing. Yeah. Chill, Kronos. Deepa sent $2. They wanted to add, maybe it's my age or how I'm directly impacted by Trump policies, but trolls aren't funny to me. Thanks for shutting this shit down. Yeah, I'm just trying to analyze this one particular troll before we move on to something maybe a little bit more productive. Samantha sent $3 to say, weird way to say they are talentless. I'm bored. Let's just mess with people. Yeah, again, I keep saying, like, all that free time. Maybe develop a talent. That'd be kind of cool. For $2, Sue said, why do people even think that the bathtub bit is funny? It's stupid and slightly perverse. That must be it. They get off on it. Yeah, it is a little perverse because I know that you're probably just like pouring a cup of water into a sink or something. Like, I doubt you're actually in the bathtub, but I think that you like the idea of people who are watching the show imagining that you're in naked in a bathtub, and that might bother some people. I think that there is like a slightly sexually perverse.
I think that's a bit of projection.
Again,
you have already admitted to a point of narcissism, and I do think that is a bit of projection, and that you like to be viewed and perceived.
Yeah, but let me put it this way. I think that it's reasonable that a lot of people would think that you're naked and calling into the show from the bathtub, and I'm concerned that would bother people. Are you not concerned that would bother people?
Actually, I do think it's a little bit weird and voyeuristic and exhibitionist that you kind of brought up that whole auditorium thing, like to say that you want like a crowd of people around you. I think that's kind of equally.
Yeah, dude, I'm a lifelong performer. I'm a theater kid. I'm a musician. I taught public speaking for a long time. I do this show now. You're talking to somebody who sits in front of an audience to make themselves happy and make their life what they want it to be. You're not going to hurt my feelings by telling a professional performer that they're an attention whore. Like, get over yourself. I'm at least leveraging it for good. I'm at least trying to navigate it in a way that's in accordance with my like more deeper core values. And you're just like piddling through life, getting a chuckle about people thinking you're in the bathtub. And I'm trying to understand why you think that's a good life to
one
live.
of your lines back to you. I do want to just quote you real quick. You're not going to get anything trying to, and I apologize if I'm, not directly quoting you here because I don't have the auto replay, but saying that you're not going to make a public performer shamed of being a narcissist or of trying to get views or something like that. I just think that you might lack a little perspective on that.
Gina sent me $20 to say, online, thanks for what you're doing. Offline. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I will. Jessie, make a note to reply to Gina. There's a private thing here. Yeah. Dude, I just don't get it though. Like none of this, like I can sit here and answer to you why I spend my time the way that I do, like how I navigate the fact that I'm like a performing attention whore, and that like I could just crank the performance up to 10 and like be a complete disingenuous asshole on this show. That'd probably be more profitable. But like my authenticity comes first. Like I need to tell the truth on here. I need to only behave in a way that I think is reasonable and ethical, given the way that the callers behaved with me. Melissa sent $2 on YouTube Super Chat to say, Oscar tears. Whoo! Thank you, Melissa. And thank you, Splish, for the $2. Why does causing harm feel worth the caller's time? We're trying to understand that. The Spooby sent $5 to say, quick fiver for you. Keep up the good fight. I don't know if this is the good fight. I don't think people like this are ever going to be introspective about how they choose to spend their time. And I think that that's quite pitiful. And I'm just trying to understand it before moving on. I even have other people in the queue. I'm just like,
My point is that we are kind of the same, that everything that you've said about yourself so far, or like everything that you kind of tried to attack me for, is actually self-applicable. We are kind of the same in that we are both attention-seeking narcissists.
But if the thing that me being an attention-seeking narcissist led me to do was harmful, I wouldn't do it. And that's the difference between you and me.
Right. But I haven't actually debated you on anything political yet.
Yeah, but I think what you're doing is harmful, and I've described some ways in which I think it's harmful, and you're just not interested in that. I think that what I'm learning about you is that you're just quite a fundamentally bad person.
I also believe that some of the things that you're doing are fundamentally wrong or like harmful. But again, I'm not engaging you on those points.
How is what I'm doing harmful?
Doing the exact same thing. I don't really feel like engaging on that point because I don't really feel like going into
can back up that point. I don't think you have a good argument.
I don't think that. Okay.
I don't think you're interested in looking as bad as you'd look if we went down that avenue. So you can try. I'd love for you to try.
I don't think that platforming Trump fans, MAGA people, racist, or other people like that actually helps to develop a platform whatsoever.
Well, it definitely helps to developing a platform. My platform's growing rapidly, but I don't think that'd be the ethical consideration. I think the concern is that platforming those people it allows them to spread their hate. And I agree that there's a concern there. I think that what I'm doing is playing with fire. And if you're not very good at playing with fire, you might burn some shit down, which is why I urge hosts to be very, very careful with certain callers like RC, who are very good at weaponizing misinformation in a way that's successful. If the host isn't good at shutting it down, I do think I'm good enough at shutting it down, and I'm good enough at platforming those people in a way that demonstrates that their position is nonsensical, hateful, problematic, and dangerous for society. And I think it's important that people recognize such people are out there, because it's enough people like that in the world that caused Trump to be president twice. And that's what I'm really concerned about in the world, because we're not going to fix this about society if we just get rid of the Trump problem by like impeaching him or waiting until his term is over or something like that. We need to address the fact that so many people in society behave in that way or are susceptible to the lies told by those sorts of people. And we address that issue head on this show. I want more Americans to be aware of people like RC. I want more Americans to be aware that the average Trump supporting man who calls into my show simply doesn't care if the president is a sexual predator. I think that's an issue that deserves a lot more attention than it gets.
No, that's completely fair. And again, I actually do agree with you as far as most political things. I used to do a similar kind of debate thing. I just don't believe that platforming people with these kind of views actually progresses the cause whatsoever. I think that people have done this for a very, very long time prior to Trump even, and it hasn't really prevented him from coming to a rise of power. It didn't actually help whatsoever in 2024 to prevent him.
No, back then, like, 8, 12 years ago, what we saw is that the mainstream media had like the primary control over what people got to see and know about politics, and it is new that people are paying attention to platforms like this one. There wasn't a character like Dean Withers 10 years ago. There wasn't a character like Hassan Piker 10 years ago. All the leverage that social media gives us, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because it's still, in a lot of ways, a component of the mainstream media.
There also wasn't an Andrew Tate. There also wasn't an Asmongold. There wasn't their constituents or contemporaries, right? Mm-hmm. It was that same platform, if not bigger to them. Who currently owns X or Twitter? That's going to be one of the biggest far right.
Right. So what you're saying is that what I'm doing is bad. So should we just let Asmongold spread his hate? Should we just let these assholes use the platforms in bad ways, or should we get on here and try to fight against it?
Actually, my point is more so that you giving these people in the platform in the first place is how people like Asmongold actually get big.
Asmongold's one of the reasons that I got big. He made a video hating on me back in January, and it got me lots of my like of my first 1,000 followers, a bunch of them were sent by Asmongold hating on me.
Oh, hey, congrats on that, actually. Like Asmongold wasn't like, yeah, you weren't the first guy to do this, obviously, so you didn't help Asmongold to get big. But other people who did put the spotlight on Asmongold were the reason why he helped, or why he got such a big platform.
I think people are susceptible to the bullshit that the algorithm feeds them, and people like me are causing the algorithms to serve them content that isn't bullshit. It's a fight against good and evil, and I'm a component for good, and you're sitting here judging me. Why don't you call into a show of somebody who's an asshole and waste their time?
I mean,
why do it to me?
I mean, if your whole point is that you're doing this for net positive, shouldn't you be debating somebody else at this point?
Yeah, I'm going to move on right now. I think we've wrapped this up pretty clearly, but I do just want you to try to answer that question before I kick you, so you can go covet those 35 coins you made. My backup account in the corner made 350 coins in the same time, which is quite funny. Thanks for the gifts, everybody. But once again, why are you interested in wasting my time instead of somebody who's more directly harming society by pushing those hateful ideas themselves instead of trying to strike them down?
Because we're the same, Oscar.
What?
We're the same. We're the exact same. We do the exact same.
Yes or no? Does that answer the question? Just give me a yes or no in the chat on TikTok and YouTube. I'm gonna pull up the YouTube because I had the gifts open. Because again, just like that, like you have a choice. You could call in to my show, or you could go find some asshole spreading hate about immigrants or women or whatever. Why aren't you bothering them instead of me?
I mean, you could also find a guest to kind of debate, and again, like you said, actually help to deplatform those views or
No, we had a slow start on the stream, and we got the viewership up by talking to you because this is a novel conversation and people find it interesting enough. Right, it is wearing thin on people, so I'm going to move on soon. But to be perfectly clear, what's been going on in the background is all right, I want to get up to above 1,000 concurrent, which we are now. We're about 1050. So thank you for getting the show healthy so I can get onto a meaningful conversation that I'd like to show to those 1,000 people. But before you go, are you just not going to answer why you spend your time bothering me, somebody who's fighting for good, instead of wasting the time of somebody who's doing the opposite, fighting for evil?
Listen, you don't have to accept my answer or pretend like you don't understand it, but I do think that you do comprehend it well enough to understand where I'm coming from.
I don't know why you choose me instead of somebody who's actively being harmful.
For the same reason that you chose me.
I just explained why I chose you. I chose to keep this conversation going. I was honest at the beginning when I said I just wanted to understand why you spend your time doing this. And I'm sitting here having met the goal I had for getting the viewership up by having this weird conversation with a troll. So we're going to move on to some more serious stuff now. But just one more time, why waste my time instead of somebody who's actively trying to promote harmful ideologies?
Because it gives me all the same all the same boost in metrics as it does to you.
Oh, because you don't care. It's just easier to grift by bothering me than by going and making the world a better place by bothering or trolling somebody whose show is actually dangerous and harmful.
The same way that it's easier to engage with me than it is with somebody whose views are actually harmful. Yes.
Well,
We are the same.
I'm sorry. Are you accusing me of being afraid of engaging with people who have harmful beliefs? That's adorable.
No. I'm saying that me grifting and utilizing you to gain extra views or subscribers or whatever is the same as you grifting and utilizing me, somebody with the same views, in order to grow your views concurrently on like your different platforms. We're just doing the exact same thing, man.
Let me know in the chat if you think that me and Sauce are doing the exact same thing. Let me know. What the fuck? David, thank you for the $5. Different David. Thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Trolls like Sauce are impotent losers. I feel like they've got no control in their life, so they subconsciously get desperate to make somebody feel bad too. Yeah, what a bizarre conversation that was. I like to put the trolls under the magnifying glass sometimes, and that guy sounded like Septic Salad. It sounded like Septic Salad just doing a different bit. So he's either Septic Salad or he's or just like somebody who trolls into a similarly psychopathic monster to Septic Salad. He just gets his rocks off fucking with me with the bathwater bit instead of defending AI. Thank you, Dark, for the $5 on YouTube Super Chat. I'm paying money to say how annoying this guy is. I have to leave until he's gone. I'll pay money to say worse things. Yeah, he's gone. Canadian Princess sent $2 to say, does this caller have solutions or just nihilism? Yeah, he does seem like a fucking nihilist of some kind. It's quite horrible, quite harmful. Tom sent $25 on Venmo. Thank you very much. New fan, thanks for everything you do. Oscar Dean Parker for president. I'm picturing the three of us sitting at the Resolute desk, like fighting for the pen. I don't want to be president. We're going to talk to Seven. Yes, thank you, Jessie. Sorry, my attention lapsed for a moment there. Thank you, Joaquin. Hope his boss is listening. He doesn't support Trump, but he acts like one. He's trying to destroy something that is positive for our society. Yeah, I mean, he's just like getting his shits and giggles, making 25 cents from assholes who think it's fun what he's doing, and that's just quite. Just the dude could make more money if he went out and touched some grass, like if he went for a walk and picked up the change he found on the sidewalk. But instead, he's bothering me. We're going to talk to 7QIN, and we're going to see if they are deserving of the 1,000 viewers we have from talking to that asshole. How old are you?
I'm 19.
You a Trump supporter?
Yeah, I am. I do support Trump.
Why is that?
Just riddle me this. I have this 7 year.
Official on life.
Right,
Freddie Fazbear and Kamala Harris.
Hey, I need you to turn that off, whatever that is. Hello?
She took the fucking kids.
I'm just gonna mute you. I don't mute very often on my show, but like whatever that setup was, like if you're trying to get me to listen to something, I don't know what it was. I didn't hear the setup. Here, we're gonna start over. Remember when your parents taught you your manners, and we're gonna try again. I've invited you to unmute. Hello, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm 19.
You support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Why is that?
Because it requires some context. I'm a little bit drunk right now. Yeah.
That could be fun as a bit. We could farm some engagement on that, but when you announce it, it becomes a TOS violation. So goodbye. Thank you, Gravid, for the $10 on YouTube Super Chat. Under a strict following of utilitarian, you guys are doing the same thing, but it lacks a shed of nuance. Yeah, and I've got views about utilitarianism, but they're definitely not going to get discussed with that type of weirdo. Justin Howard is our next caller. I do see you, tvbiasc. I'm just saving you for a little bit later in the show. But I appreciate seeing you back in the queue. Justin Howard, how old are you?
I'm 42, my guy. What's up?
Chilling, having an interesting morning. Are you a Trump supporter?
Of course.
Okay. Why is that?
I love what he did yesterday, bro. You Democrats all mad about it, but I fucking love it.
You like it when the president signs obviously illegal executive orders?
It's not an illegal executive order, bro.
Bro, it totally is, bro. Like, bro, I read the Constitution, bro. That 14th Amendment, bro. Fucking real clear, bro. So clear.
Dude, you're acting like a goddamn child, my guy.
Correct.
What?
And who the fuck's yelling like they're having a fucking orgasm?
That'd be my producer, Jessie. She thought it was very funny that I did an impersonation
of
you and
Jessie,
you
the
called it
one
childish.
who... Is that the one that's a girl or a guy but wants to be a girl, bro? Like I think
you're saying like hateful things about my other employee, Raven.
No, they're talking about me. My gender is this crazy spectrum that nobody has figured out yet.
Look. Two men can have a baby. Skrillex had a baby with Moist Critical. Do you want?
Okay, bro, you're just.
Do you want to come? You want to come show everybody your pretty face so they can see how fucking diabolical I think that was? Don't put the headphones on the keyboard. What are you doing?
Good, bro.
Okay, well, hold on. You gotta crouch down so they can see you on YouTube as well. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Skrillex.
He is not the first person to compare me to Skrillex. Not the first person to compare me to Skrillex or Moist Critical. It's a little cruel. Especially.
You might want to take whatever you're sucking on out your mouth because I can hardly understand you.
Oh man, yeah. You're catching more strays, Jesse. He's being awfully mean to you.
I am what happened.
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying the truth. If it sounds mean, then I'm sorry. You guys might have to go get your little safety hugging something.
Okay. Why is it that you tell me again why you're excited about the executive orders from yesterday?
Because, dude, we don't need any more people out here that are coming here illegally.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like an opinion, but my concern is that...
it's not an opinion, bro.
Yeah, no, that sounds like it's your opinion, but I think that separately from that... Excuse me, I think that's your opinion, but separately from that, I think that the executive orders violate the Constitution.
You Democrats don't let us talk. You guys always got to cut us off.
All right, let's play a game. Who's your least favorite politician? Who do you hate?
Who do I hate? I hate all the Democrats. How about that?
Pick one. Who's your least favorite Democrat? Who's currently serving?
All of them.
Pick one.
No, all of them.
Pick one. Name one.
All the Democrats.
Can you name a Democrat who's currently seated, who's currently a politician?
Why should I? They're all
because I
all
said so,
Democrats
sweetie.
Are evil, bro.
Can you just pick?
All
just name one.
Democrats are evil. What part of that
just
country
pick one.
understand?
Just name one. This guy can't name a single Democrat, and he's mad about them. How fucking adorable! Please prove me wrong. I'd like for you to name a Democrat.
Well, do you kiss your mom with that mouth, bro? Do you kiss your mom at night with that mouth?
I kiss your mom at night with that mouth. Now look, just tell me.
Typical Democrat. You gotta come. No, my mom.
Tell me the name of one sitting Democrat.
Your ugly ass face like that.
Tell me the name of one currently elected Democrat.
What grade are you in, bro? What grade are you in still?
I'm 31, bitch. Now tell me the name of...
Oh, see, and there we go. Name card. Oh, man, I just love when I get these Dems triggered. I love when you Dems get triggered.
You can't name a single Democrat. What is this? What's happening on my show, man? Name a Democrat.
No wonder you're not a teacher anymore, bro. They probably kicked your ass out and told you you're fired, gave you a pink slip.
Somebody in the TikTok chat said, "This is your brain on Trump."
You can't. All right. Seriously, can you name a Democrat?
Can you go
name a Democrat?
Can you go touch grass since you want everyone to touch grass?
Please name a Democrat.
I don't have to name a Democrat. They all fucking
But
stupid.
if you want my audience to take you seriously, I'd highly recommend it.
I don't want your audience to take me serious. I could care less. You bought them, bro. They're all bought.
Ooh.
I looked through half of them.
I bought them all these bots?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, just name a Democrat. Show that you understand what's going on.
A Democrat,
for $5, Downfall sent me $5 on YouTube Super Chat. There's no way this guy got triggered by your mom joke after coming out the gate with nothing but insults. Dude, that shit got under his skin. I love it. Okay, once again, could you just do me this really...
Is that the tranny laughing right now?
Hey, that's a fucking slur, dude. Don't fucking say that shit on my show. I'm gonna have to kick you if you say that type of shit.
Tranny!
Dude, what the fuck, man? That was a fun bit. It was helping the views. What the fuck? Oh, goddamn. I wanted to keep that going. Good for the show. Good for the show. Stevie... Is Stevie going to be good for the show? I don't know. Go to the link tree in the bio and send me a Venmo, Cash App, buy me a coffee, or Patreon, and tell me what you think. You can also just tell me in the comments. Stevie, how old are you?
Yo, 17.
Gotta go. Also TOS. TVbiasc is back.
Bro, Oscar.
Yo, what up?
Please let me on before these chums, bro. I got stuff to do, bro. I'm in college.
No, but now more people get to watch our conversation because it's good for the algorithm for me to talk to the goobers. So I'm sorry. I know you're busy. In the army, right?
Yes. Hey, and also, hold on. Mrs. Raven, you was trying to downplay me saying I live in the barracks. I live in an apartment, okay? I'm married. I live in an apartment, Miss Raven.
Okay, I don't actually know if Raven is listening today.
Raven is actually not listening at this moment.
Yeah.
in
Okay.
time, I don't think.
All right. That's fine. That's fine with me. I'm just letting them know.
But I'll pass on the message to her.
Yeah, we can tell Raven that.
Okay.
No, branches digging at each other aside. I'd hope I can assume that you both respect each other's service.
Okay, and also, Will, before we get this conversation, I'm just going to answer this dude, Will. He said college, I thought he was in the Army. In the Army, you can take college for free, part-time, like doing 2 classes at a time.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had some...
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
Trump's orders are obviously illegal. I think that's a good prompt for me in specific, too, because I'm in the military and I have to follow him at the end of the day. He is at the
So
top
I'm
of my
talking
chain.
about. I just wanted to make the sign concise. I am talking about his executive orders, because he signed 2 new ones yesterday that were illegal in my.
Yeah, well, you have arguments for either way that it wants to be interpreted. So, what executive orders did he sign yesterday?
Yesterday, he signed 2 executive orders. One of them was called "Continuing to Protect the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship," and the other was called "Ending Birth Tourism." And
Is
these
there
are
numbers? Is there numbers on them?
the EO numbers are pending, but they're currently on the White House website. So if you just search
so
executive
I should
orders, you'll find
it?
what
Did he pass them or he just proposed them?
he signed them yesterday at 5 p.m.
So are they with the Senate or Congress now, or is that the final step?
That's not how executive orders work.
Oh yeah, because he's the president. He could sign an executive order himself.
Right. So it doesn't become law. There's no passing. There's no approval from Congress. It's just direction for people in the countries to follow. So he can order his staff. He can order the.
Okay, but since it's not law,
right.
Since it's not law, like if people don't follow it, is there any penalties or?
Well, there's no enforcement mechanism, and the problem is that the things that he's asking for, he's declaring some things that are in direct violation with the existing language and Supreme Court interpretation of the Constitution.
So how is that illegal if he's not making it a law?
Well, so we need to rewind this just a little bit. Are you familiar with Executive Order 14160? It was filed last year. It was signed last year, and it had to do with the 14th Amendment and taking birthright citizenship away from the children of undocumented immigrants.
Executive Order 14160?
Yeah.
And what did you say it did?
It restricted the birthright citizenship rights of people born in the jurisdiction of the United States. You understand that if a person is born here, there's only 2 exceptions that will stop them from becoming a citizen.
I know what you mean. So
yeah.
So you're saying that if you are the daughter or son of an illegal immigrant, you don't have a U.S. citizenship.
Specifically, he is asserting that if both of your parents are illegal immigrants, that means that you're not eligible for birthright citizenship. And that's not what the Constitution says. And the Supreme Court had a ruling in the late 1800s, pretty shortly after the 14th Amendment was ratified, that clarified that it does apply to undocumented immigrants, because it was originally written after the Civil War in consideration of the children of slaves and freed slaves. That we wanted to make sure that their children would be citizens. But
you're saying Executive Order 14160 is illegal.
Yeah, actually, that one I don't even have to tell you my opinion. It is the opinion of the Supreme Court that it is illegal. They threw it out a month ago. Okay. And it is because they threw it out a month ago that Trump is now trying again to do the same thing, to reinterpret what the 14th Amendment means. And he's going against what the Supreme Court has said that it means.
Yeah, I mean, is it illegal? I mean, if it's an EO, if it's an executive order, then he's giving direction, but he's not implementing it into law. But I guess that's how presidents that's like their workaround. So I kind of see what you mean by that. But do I agree that it's illegal? By technicality, no, but I mean, if the Supreme Court said it, then it is.
But yeah, it's not. Well, the issue is that the Supreme Court said that the other one is illegal. So, like, again, I don't need to levy my interpretation of what's going on. Or
morally, I think it's not bad though. Morally, I think that's
so that's the problem. We need to take a step away from the whole conversation. We can stop talking about these particular orders. We can stop talking about illegal immigrants. We need to talk about something about how the country works in terms of making sure that it's not possible for one asshole to take over the government. Do you agree that we should have a system of rules that make sure that one asshole can't take over the government.
Checks and balances.
Checks and balances, exactly. So what you just said is really concerning to me, because I think that there's an attitude that you have towards the Constitution or towards executive orders or just executive authority of the president in general, which I find really concerning, which is that I'm sitting here talking about this being illegal. I'm talking about this being a violation of the Constitution. I'm talking about this being a violation of the checks and balances, because the legislative branch controls what's in the Constitution via amendment, or in really extreme cases, a constitutional convention, which hasn't happened.
That's when it comes into laws, though, an executive order.
No, so hold on, just listen. We're not even talking about laws right now. We're just saying that we have one branch that has control of the Constitution, what's in it. That's the legislative branch. They can amend it. If they want to change it, that's harder. We need a constitutional convention that requires the legislative branches of like every state to participate or something. There's really strict rules about making that happen, but that's not really what people are talking about these days. The Supreme Court interprets it, and it's important for the checks and balances that the executive branch stays the fuck out of it. So a second ago, what you said to me that is so concerning is that you recognize that maybe my legal argument is a good one, but you think that morally what he's doing is good. And even if I agreed with you, even if I thought that these executive orders were good, the more important thing as an American who does believe in the checks and balances and who doesn't want one asshole to be able to take over the government is that regardless of how you feel about the orders, it simply isn't the mechanism by which we address such change. And allowing the president to do that means that the legislative branch and the Supreme Court don't really have that sort of check and balance control over the executive branch that they're supposed to keep us safe from tyranny, regardless of what topic we're talking about.
But like you said, like if it was a law, regardless of what I agree, like 100%. Like if it's a law and he's making a law and he's trying to pass a law that is that goes past the the judicial branch. If he makes a law that he tries to go past it, and it does, because say the Republicans own all three branches at one time, then I think there's a problem in the system. I don't think that's to happen.
Well, yeah, but you're just getting around the fact that the president shouldn't pen an executive order that violates what the Supreme Court has said about the Constitution. And that is what has happened just a month after the Supreme Court said, yes, that executive order that you filed last year violates our interpretation of the Constitution. He's flailing. He's trying frantically, desperately.
I don't think it's illegal, though. I don't think it's illegal.
But what I'm saying is that it's a violation of those rules in the Constitution that establish the separation of powers for the president to even try to do this.
Yeah, he shouldn't. Okay, now I kind of changed my mind. He shouldn't be doing it because it goes against the Constitution. But what he's doing isn't illegal technically.
But him trying to do that is illegal.
It's not a law. It's an executive order. He's just giving an order.
The Constitution is higher than the laws, and what he's violating is the Constitution.
Yeah, but as an American, you should know to follow the Constitution over the president. I disagree with what he's.
Well, so you're right. You, as an American, you should follow the Constitution over the president. But the problem is that even if here's why I'm not so interested in people telling me that the Supreme Court's going to shoot this one down too. The problem is that so many Americans have been taught over the last few years that they don't have to follow the Constitution over what the president says. In fact, he was asked point blank in an interview if he needs to follow the Constitution when exacting his policy and his goals with the legal immigration. I could play the clip of that if you want. So many people now don't recognize the Constitution over the authority of their president that there are people walking down the street who will say, no, children of illegal immigrants, you don't have citizenship even if you were born here, regardless of what the Constitution says. But because Big Daddy Trump said it, because these executive orders exist, people walking down the street are going to say things like, these people don't have citizenship. People call into my show and say that sort of thing. And that is dangerous because it puts those people in danger of having their rights taken away in a way that won't be advocated for by their communities. If ICE agents come and fail to give those people their due process or do something else that's illegal to them, if everyday people think that they're not citizens and think they deserve that coming to them, even if the Constitution says otherwise, then who cares what the Supreme Court says if Trump wins public sentiment and there aren't enough people protesting what his DOJ is doing? If we let this slide, if we let these little things slide, it inches us closer and closer and closer to some of these really, really bad things happening that I'm very worried about.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but There's a saying out there, every system has its flaws, right? And the way the Constitution is built back then, and I'm kind of giving you an argument that somebody else would say. I'm not trying to really, I don't say I fully subside with that. I have to think about it. But like stuff in the world changes. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna have to be changes in even stuff such as the Constitution, and I think we as Americans need to find a solution to that, to where we can change the Constitution as a team, so we can keep up with the time. Because that Constitution was made in the 1700s. We're in the 21st century now.
Yeah, and I recognize that the constitutional precedent's getting a little top heavy. A lot of what we say is constitutional or is not constitutional is stuff that isn't even in the exact language of the Constitution. It's just that the Constitution has been reinterpreted by the Supreme Court as new issues have cropped up over the last 200 and some odd years. And that brings us to a situation where we can say that the Constitution is quite, I'm going to teach you a vocabulary term, it's quite palimpsestic. Have you ever heard that term before? It's a palimpsest.
No, I haven't.
Palimpsest is like if you're writing a paper and you keep crossing sentences out and saying, nope, I meant to write this, or like cross this word out and like put that one there. It becomes like a jumbled mess with a bunch of different colored pens on it. That's a palimpsest. And the Constitution is kind of like, it's become quite the palimpsest, because it's not just the Constitution, which is a pretty short document. You can buy a little teeny pocketbook one that's like the size of a passport that like fits in your pocket. But there's all these court cases. The constitutional precedent that exists is a library of books that you have to go to school to read to become a constitutional lawyer. And I recognize that sometime in the 21st century, we probably need some like, I think we might need a constitutional convention to condense a lot of the constitutional precedent down into an up-to-date document that covers all of this. I don't think that makes sense to talk about in this political climate. I don't think that makes sense to do for decades. I know I have some friends on this platform who have actual plans where they say, I want there to be a constitutional convention and redo it this way and address all these problems. I talk on this show about how the First Amendment needs some updating because the internet has kind of broken the way that it works.
But then you're making an argument against yourself right now. So you think that there should be a convention held?
Well, we could address our concerns about the First Amendment with an additional amendment. We wouldn't need a constitutional convention.
But I think a lot of stuff has changed. I think a lot of stuff has changed between now and the 1700s. I think that us as Americans and not have the problem I have with the political convention is that nowadays they would just send like the political leaders. We need every member.
This is a little bit of a sidestep, but I wanted to honor one of my friends in the chat who donated $1 to get this question to the front of the line. He said, "Guest thinks orders can't be illegal. Can you ask him to explain an unlawful order?" As a veteran,
I never said that.
I'm concerned. Yeah, I think he did clarify at the beginning of the call. I think you recognize that Collar is in the military. Collar's in the army. You recognize that Trump could order you to do something that it would be a violation of your oath for you to follow that order.
Right. It would be a violation of my oath. If he's telling me to do something illegal, my oath literally says I will follow, in paraphrased, I'll basically follow anything in the commander in my commander-in-chief, which is Donald Trump right now, unless it's illegal. So anything Trump tells me to do right now, and if it's illegal, I'm not doing it, and I will leave the army. And
executive orders. I'm so glad to hear that from you. The executive orders that I'm talking about aren't orders to the military directly that he's offering as commander-in-chief. They're orders to other members of the government that he's offering as seat of the executive branch. And I'm saying that these orders are illegal because he is ordering people to consider the interpretation of the Constitution to be something other than it is. So we can sit and talk about all the things I don't like about the Constitution. There's a bunch of stuff I don't like about the Constitution. Some of the things I really hate about the Constitution have already been corrected with amendments. But the fact of the matter is the system is designed to prevent one person from being able to make those changes. And what these executive orders are is the president by himself, by the stroke of a pen, trying to make these changes to the interpretation. And regardless of what we're talking about, that's not allowed for some seriously important reasons, for reasons that are just as important as you not following illegal orders. There's also something else about Trump's illegal orders I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
Are you aware of the video that something like 6 or 7 of our elected officials, 6 or 7 Democrats, made a video just reminding servicemen of what you just said yourself, saying, "Hey, remember, if you get an illegal order, it's it's a violation of your oath if you follow it. If you get an unconstitutional order, you have to disobey it."
Yes.
You're aware of that video?
I'm not aware of that video. No.
Okay. Oh, dude, it worked. I trolled the chat to get them to spam 6, 7. Anyway, yeah. So 6 or 6, 4D chess. So six or 7 of our elected representatives.
That would just click. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah. Trump responded to this by saying that it was seditious of them to make that video. He posted that on Truth Social. He said punishable by death. He said that what those
Yeah, Trump is ridiculous.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You're laughing. But imagine what it was like to be Mark Kelly sitting at the Pentagon as he was. I think he was at the Pentagon when he got tapped on the shoulder and told that the president had called for his death. He followed those Truth Social posts up by reposting somebody who had said, "Hang them, George Washington would."
Where can I find this?
I'll pull it up on the screen. But
Can I find it on his Truth Social?
I don't know if they're still up. But it's not disputed that he posted this. I'll find the post so we can look at him on the screen.
But if he said that, I mean, I already know Trump says outlandish things, so.
But that's a little too outlandish, right? Like, we shouldn't excuse that.
Yeah, I agree.
We shouldn't excuse that under the guise of it being like, there's certain things that the president can't joke about. Like, it was kind of funny when Obama was talking about like secret weapons programs and then ended the speech by being like, we are making Iron Man or like whatever, you know, like that. That's funny. We all know he's fucking like that's silly. But that's not about. He's not talking about killing people. He's not talking.
If Trump go for a third term and Obama go for a third term, it's looking like I'm Democrat.
I hear you. Here, I've got it. I can put it up on the screen. Here it is. Let's open the image in a new tab so I can zoom better. Here it is. Seditious behavior, punishable by death. Hang them, George Washington would. So this was written by somebody else, and Donald Trump.
Can we get the validity of that?
Like, are you doubting that Trump posted this?
I'm not doubting it. I'm just like, trust but verify. That's the type of thing I'm doing right now.
So if I search "hang them, George Washington would,"
you can. There's a bunch of fake things you can find. I want to see the validity of it.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if I didn't even search Trump or Truth Social or any of that. I just typed "hang them, George Washington would" as a Google search, and what we get is a bunch of news stories from roundabout November 20th, November 21st.
These are all very left-wing news sources.
Yeah, well, the right wasn't trying to platform that he said that, but you can go on Truth Social. It's just we can't really bring it up on the live stream because Truth Social
is it still posted? I'd have to scroll back to November.
We would, but that's the problem. That it's an ad nightmare once you get on Truth Social. There's going to be no like efficient way for us to
there's not really. I don't see any ads on it. I'm on it right now. It's just he posts a lot, so it's going to be almost impossible.
Yeah, no, just keep scrolling it to November. November, you'll get there.
I ain't gonna lie. It might take a minute.
Well, it might take a minute, but I mean, here's the difficulty is that it sounds like I'm presenting you evidence that Donald Trump did something truly grievously horrible, right?
If this is 100%, like 100% true, he shouldn't have said that. And if he was threatening death to them, even in a joking matter, I don't agree with that, but I'm still get to see that. So
well, again, so there's if we need to dig farther, we can, and I'm sure let me pop my Discord open and go to operational. Somebody get me a better screenshot than this one. Somebody get me better coverage of it, because according to the chat, he did delete it. And I know Dean Withers posted a video about this, but that's also another left-leaning source, Dean Withers.
Yeah, but I like to see a moderate source, but there's not a lot of moderate sources.
Okay, but here's my problem. Do you think that if every major left-leaning news network, which, by the way, the first one I showed you was BBC, which is the British state-run news agency. I like them for looking at American politics because they're a little more concerned about what America's going to do than what the left or the right is going to do because they're foreign to us. I mean, I don't know if you would trust Snopes because Snopes is in the business of debunking things. My point is, for this to be fake, what would have happened? I have so many sites that are asking me to allow ads when I already do. I don't have an ad blocker installed on this Chrome profile. Snopes, you're broken.
Somebody said, does he really doubt the orange criminal? Will he say this? Yes, I doubt I think he's didn't he get convicted of a felony?
Thank you for the gifts. Yeah, he is. He's convicted of 34 felonies. But here's my question for you. What is more likely? Do you think that what's more likely? That all of the left-leaning news media all conspired to, on the same day, post a fake article saying that this happened? Or do you think Donald Trump posted these things on Truth Social?
I don't know. I can't tell you 100%.
I remember looking at this post with my eyes before it was deleted on his Truth Social. Do you believe me?
I mean, I don't know you, but if you're not lying, yeah, I believe you.
Well, and that's the difficulty, is that we run into these situations where I can put it on the screen in any capacity from any of these sources, and you're just going to say that they're biased, and you can
put it through ChatGPT and ask if it's valid. That's literally all we got to do.
That's no. ChatGPT could do the sort of thing where, like, people can trick ChatGPT into agreeing that a rumor is true by making enough Reddit posts saying that it's true. That's because ChatGPT reads the internet, it reads what people say and reinterprets it into what it generates for you in a way that has no care for where it's coming from.
I think it's worth a try. There
was a time where if you Googled how to keep your cheese from falling off your pizza, it would tell you to use super glue because somebody on Reddit had posted that as a joke, thinking that AI would interpret it as good instructions for pizza.
When was that? How long ago?
False.
Because AI has.
That one's false, says Jessie.
Yeah, it actually did come from a true Reddit post that was talking about advertising and using Elmer's glue.
When was that?
I got the details slightly wrong, but again, ChatGPT telling you that this is accurate is not at all a source.
When was that post?
November 20th, 2025. Are you typing it into ChatGPT?
No. I'm just going to ask you now, do you know how much AI in the last years came? It's like, you're not going to see that shit no more.
No, you still do. It's a fundamental problem with the way that the technology works. They are getting better at dealing with it, but there's something about the way that the technology works for those sorts of applications that are very, very hard. I've got some donations to read. Why don't you spend a moment trying to disprove that Trump posted these things on Truth Social? Because if the clincher is whether or not he posted them, I would really like to continue talking to you about this. And I would really like to see what pops up in the operational chat on my, there's a bunch of...
So you want time to talk to your chat and stuff, and I'll try to...
Yeah, let's stick on this, because it sounds like it would be a big deal to you if Trump did post these things. And I'd like to stay on that.
Honestly, it wouldn't be a big deal because I already know Trump is capable. I'm not naive. I know Trump already does shit.
But you recognize that this sort of thing is fucking insane. I brought this up because you said that you know very well you need to disobey illegal orders because you're in the army and you took that oath recently. You're like 19 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just took that oath, and the video was saying, remember your oath. Don't obey illegal orders. Don't obey unconstitutional orders. And then Trump tweeted, it's not Twitter, it's Truth Social. He truthed. I hate saying truth as a verb because their marketing's working. We shouldn't call him that because they're not true, a lot of the things he says. But anyway, he posted this thing about how it was seditious, punishable by death, and then retweeted somebody saying, hang them, George Washington would. And I think that that's fucking insanity. I don't think there's any defending a president who would do that sort of thing. But I want you to Google around, and I want you to dwell on it a little bit, and I do want to get to read some of these donations.
One last point I want to make before we get into that. Joe Biden actually gave a illegal executive order, or I don't know if it was an executive order or law, where everybody in the military had to get a shot. And that is a violation of the Constitution.
We can talk about that in just a second in Crowletariat. I will bring up after I read the donations because Gravid sent me. Is it Gravid? Gravid? I don't know how to pronounce that username, but he's sending lots of donations today, so I really appreciate him, and I wish I was pronouncing his name correctly. But I don't know how it's pronounced. For $10, he said, if you read this, you concede to me and I win. W. Gravid.
I'll scroll the chat real quick. Drop a pronunciation guide, please.
Yeah, the producer will find it for me. Graviid, but give him a W for that because I definitely had to concede because I had to read that message. Derek sent $2 to say, ask him if he's willing to die for Israel and Iran. Maybe I will. Pat in the chat sent collar, but yeah, you...
Nope. Actually, Iran, yes. Not Israel.
Well, but if you die in Iran, it'll be for Israel, is the problem. Pat in the chat sent $5 to say, collar.
I'll die in Iran because they're holding the Strait of Hormuz.
But they're holding the Strait of... We'll get to that in a second. We'll get back to it. Let me read the donations. Collar, but were you in the room and looking over Donald Trump's shoulder, watching him write it and posting it? Yeah, I think the issue here is that the burden of truth is just kind of... not really being exercised fairly. Ashley sent me $10 on Venmo to say, first saw you on Parker's Live a few days ago. I was an immediate follow. Your authenticity, directness, and outright no bullshit approach is refreshing and much appreciated. That's why I started doing the show, because I wanted to do a show that had that approach, and here we are. We're doing the show. Welcome, and W. Parker for letting me up to, get get exposed to some new viewers. That's very exciting for me. Nurse Elliot sent a buck to say Daily Dono with a band recommendation, Blue October. My favorite song is Dirt Room. Would you write that down, Jesse? Blue October, Dirt Room. Maybe we'll throw that on while we're doing some editing after we wrap the show today. Anything new on Buy Me a Coffee? Nothing new on Buy Me a Coffee, but I definitely saw a Cash App come in, so let's hop in there. If it will load for me. Thank you for the $5, Jack. Jack said, I was pretending to be stupid the whole time. Was that one of the earlier callers? I missed that donation from a while ago. Sorry, I missed some of these donations that came in earlier. Araxis said they want to be celebrated, villains / anti-hero. Sorry, lost the context on that. I thought I was keeping better track of Cash App than I was. But anyway, I'll bring the Crowletariat. No, the Crowletariat's no longer here. So those are the donations. Do you doubt that he posted this on Truth Social?
Nope, he did, and I disagree with that statement that he made, which is why he felt guilty and deleted it.
I don't think he felt guilty. I think that part you made up.
Okay, what do you think he felt?
I think he felt concerned that he had said something so irrational and irresponsible as president that it was causing backlash that was actually harmful to his success for what he's trying to do.
I used the wrong word. Yep, I used the wrong word.
Yeah, so I think he was probably advised to take it down. I wouldn't even be surprised if he wasn't the one who hit the button, if one of the staffers took his fucking phone and turned it and shut that shit down, because that's fucking insane. So I'm sure the Crowletariat has some context to give us or some information here, but I just got to ask you, given that you seem to agree that he did do this, what would it take, dude? You're in the army. What would it take for your commander-in-chief to... Whose execution would he need to call for you to turn on him and say that we need to get this guy the fuck up out of office? Like, I don't understand how you can be okay
I don't
with
know.
this.
I've been to special operations. What's it called? That's beside the point. It's just
you
to
might
show
get
y'all
sent
that I've
to
been
fucking
close
Mark
to it.
Kelly's house to capture
That's
him.
kind of what I'm saying.
That'd be a special operation.
So yeah, what I'm saying is, like, if he ordered me directly, like my unit directly to do it, I would stay back. But he is yet to do that. My unit has not been called upon by him yet. So, but the second, if he tells me to do something illegal, like this thing with Venezuela, I'm staying back. I'm not doing it. But you got to understand, from the lens of the people that he's sending to do it, these guys are, since they were kids, they wanted to be Delta team, all that type of stuff. Like they wanted to be special forces as a kid, so they're going to listen to the president.
I want an answer to my question. It doesn't seem to me like Donald Trump could post anything to his Truth Social that would cause you to vehemently support his removal from office.
Correct. The only part where I would support his removal from office is if he gives me an illegal order.
But what if he gave your bunkmate an illegal order instead of you?
I usually in the army you work with your bunkmate. So
you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Why does it have to be you? Couldn't it be anybody?
Well, I mean, I'm just following my oath. He hasn't told me.
Right, but if you saw him giving somebody else illegal orders, how would that make you feel about him?
I would advise the person that's giving those incorrect orders that they are making the wrong decision and that it's an illegal order, that you signed it or you said an oath to not do illegal stuff just because your commander-in-chief told you.
Lucky Phil, I'm sorry I missed your Buy Me a Coffees. That one was actually my bad. The app wasn't broken. He sent $2 to say laughs in Australian and love that Sensing Agony song, Jumping in Reverse. Fall is the name of the song. Sorry for interrupting that. But again, what difference does it make to how dangerous Trump is to the country, whether he's giving you the illegal order or somebody else?
I don't think he's dangerous for the country. I think that's a different
But you recognize, but you're saying that you would follow your oath if he gave you an illegal order. And the reason we have that oath.
Oh yeah.
But do you recognize that the reason you take that oath and the reason that your oath says that you need to disobey illegal or unconstitutional orders, that's to make the country safe so that the military doesn't do illegal things, right? So what difference does it make if he's giving you the order or somebody else? That's just as dangerous.
Because when you're taking that oath, it's an oath to yourself. It's not an oath to other people.
Right,
like
but
you're taking that oath as a person
to protect the country from the president doing things that are dangerous. Is it any less dangerous to the country if he gives the order to somebody else than if he gives it to you?
No, I think the person that gives the order to, if he gives the person the order to,
Crowletariat, help me.
I'd rather y'all not interrupt me.
I just need to set a baseline here. Can you just remind me of what the first line of our oath is? because that should answer the Oscar's entire question.
I will wait. It's been a minute, bro. Hold on.
I got you. You don't even need to look it up. I'm on a walk right now, but it's been burned in my brain. I got out in 2012. I still remember it. I, my name here, swear to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America from all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith thereof, and obey the orders of the officers appointed above me and the President of the United States of America pursuant to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. The reason I ask this is because it doesn't say, I will defend the country from orders that I am given directly. It just says, I will defend the Constitution of the United States of America. There's no stipulation about where the orders go.
Okay, that's a great point. So I will defend. Wait, can you say it one more time?
I, my name here, swear that I will.
No. Just the last part.
Constitution.
There's just the part. Oh yeah. Just the. My bad. So.
Which part? Which last part? There you go. It's right there on screen.
I'm reading it. Hold on.
I, and then your name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all
enemies, foreign
and domestic, and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me.
After 14 years, I always flip officers and president.
According to the regulations and the uniform code.
Can we switch the subject? Can we switch the subject? I'm not talking about this. It's very risky for my career. I'm done talking about all this.
It's your oath.
I know it's my oath, but it's the way the army works, bro. I can't talk about it.
You haven't said anything concerning to.
No.
You said
I haven't said nothing concerning to you, but the army, they have security stuff. I'm good, dude. Like, I see your point. I'm not gonna say whether I agree or disagree.
Not just for the chat. He's had his camera on before. He's not stolen valor. One of the employees of this show is a veteran. We have vetted this caller. No. Not a concern here. This is a good faith young caller who's very misguided, and he is like cooperative generally in these conversations. So give him a break on that. Chill out, chat.
There is one other point I wanted to address because it's very important. It's a big misunderstanding about what happened 4 years ago, right? So to give you some background on me, I was in 06 to 12. I served under W, then I served under Obama. I was 13 Fox, and then after I was injured, I turned down a med board and became a 42 Alpha.
I'm a 42 Alpha, bro.
Yeah, I went from 13 Fox to 42 Alpha. I turned down a med board, and then they just barred me from the enlistment. I was an air assault. I was a combative instructor. So
I'm air assault too.
I've been where you are, right? That entire shit. When you said that Biden did an unlawful EO with the vaccine thing.
Yeah.
42 Alpha. You're familiar with Article 92?
We don't really. I know it's one of like the UCMJ articles, but I don't know exactly.
It's actually one of the most common ones to write. Article 92 is failure to obey a lawful order.
Okay.
Under that, and under Department of Defense vaccination guidelines, there is no unlawful order about vaccine. I've gotten vaccines for deployments I didn't even go on. Yeah. My unit's second deployment, they went to Afghanistan, and I was already on the Iraq one. I'd gotten the entire Iraq battery, and then Afghanistan comes around, and I'm injured, so I'm riding a desk on a support fashion for the unit. I still got the anthrax vaccine for that deployment that I didn't go on because my entire unit was good.
I have a question.
I was not able to decline it.
Okay, I have a question. So the comparison, my problem isn't just vaccines in general. I think if they're researched for a lengthy amount of time, then that's cool. But like a vaccine like the COVID vaccine to mandatorily put on everybody in the army.
We're discussing the legality of the order.
Yeah, I don't think it is, or I don't think it should be legal to tell. Like
that would be what's called. That would be what's called. No, hold on. What you're doing is what's called an is-ought fallacy. You're arguing based on what you ought think to happen. I'm telling you what is legit. I'm telling you what is correct under UCMJ. We can have a discussion on if you think it's right. That doesn't matter for is it illegal.
All right. Well, I'm trying to discuss what's right. You're right. If I made a false claim earlier, if that is true, that it's fully legal, but I don't agree with it at all. But okay, yeah, it's legal then. You got me.
W guest. Yeah, I guess my concern though is that like you can take a concession like that, and you've given me some before. Like I've made progress with you on certain topics, but it's moments like this where I want to zoom out and say.
I think I still think the same things as I did. I think I'm just better communicating them with you.
my concern is that you can concede that Trump did something bad here or there. But at what point that was the question you didn't answer a moment ago. At what point is the president trying too hard to violate the balance of power?
I'm not going to answer that because of my job.
That's fair. Right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Fucking.
But let's just say,
hypothetically, Jim Bob, the president.
I want to teach him something. I want to teach him something because I recognize the needle you're trying to thread here, and I'm going to give you a little basic guidelines. Policy is an okay thing to talk about. Elected officials is not. That's like the general rule of thumb. Like,
you said what? What's not?
Policy is okay to talk about the politicians. So there's a difference. So I'm no longer.
Yeah, you're allowed to talk about it, bro. You're allowed to talk about the policy, but you're not allowed to discredit. I can't discredit. So if I disagree,
there you go. So yeah, like let's say Oscar.
So it's not. Let's say
Oscar. Let's say you actually changed his mind tomorrow. Under DOD directive, he could not let you know you changed his mind because that could be considered discrediting the elected official. He can sit here tomorrow and come on live and say this EO itself is trash and here's why, but he could not say Trump is trash and here's why.
I don't even think I could say that. Are you sure I could say that EO?
Yep. You can critique a policy, but not a politician. Because a policy is rejected, because a policy is an actual act.
Hey, man, I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from.
Objectivity.
I see where you're coming from, but Trump's in office. Like, you know who's in office right now, bro. I don't want to play those games, bro. I'm not doing that. I see where you're coming from, though. Like, legally, yeah, I'm able to, but I'm not playing.
I've done this briefing before, both as a soldier and now I'm a civil servant, so I'm under Hatch Act because I deal in federally backed programs. So that rule is the same on both sides, which is you can't critique the politician, but you can tear apart a fucking policy all day.
I just rather not, bro. That shit's yeah. I'm not afraid of political retribution. Where you guys are talking about, it's just like I'm in a difficult spot personally, financially. I can't lose a job right now.
I almost feel like that's a read between the lines type concession. I mean, you can always call back in when you're not in uniform. Crow, it's only when you're in uniform that's an issue, right?
No, you're a soldier.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fucking nuance to it. A National Guardsman, yes, only in uniform, depending on his duty station and what his job actually is, because he's 42 Alpha, so he's considered on the clock 24/7. It gets a little fucking dicier. Because while a soldier is always a soldier, they do have on the clock time and off the clock time, and some soldiers are considered on the clock 24/7.
Yeah, technically, not really though, but yeah.
On paper, because like you're fucking fucking S1 could just be like, hey, get the fuck in here.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's happened before.
I think on that, I'll probably move on to another caller.
All right, man. I mean, I'm cool. We could talk about something else that doesn't have to do with Trump, but
no. I just want to spread you out a little bit. You've been getting a lot of airtime. I do appreciate your time on the show.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
Catch you later. I appreciate you too, Crowletariat.
No worries.
Thanks for hopping up. And thanks, Lucky Phil, for sending that $2 Australian to remind me about the other $2 donations I missed on Buy Me a Coffee. And Metalizer sent $5 Canadian, say, ask caller if he would go along with an invasion of Canada. Well, I think, we can assume that an invasion of Canada would be pretty illegal, but maybe he wouldn't want to go down that avenue. You get an article for sunburn. They own your body. What? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. Your body is like government property, and so you can get like cited for damage to government property for a sunburn.
That's in the military?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what they're referencing.
It'd be like not getting a good haircut or whatever.
Well, somebody fact check me on that, but yeah, technically getting like injured is damage to government property.
Copy. Raven's in the queue, and she wasn't a second ago, so I think she has something to say now. What's up?
Hi. The sunburn thing is kind of funny. I had a friend actually get in trouble for a sunburn because it caused him to not be able to perform his duties. He was just so sunburned, he couldn't move.
Yeah.
So he got in trouble for not being able to do his job.
So it is technically true?
Yes, they own your body, and if you damage their property, you get in trouble.
Interesting.
Thank you. I was hoping you were in the queue so you could fact check that, because I didn't know for sure on that one.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. I'm actually going to go log back into work now.
Thanks for clarifying, Raven.
Love you.
Yeah, love you both. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, and I did just want to throw up on the screen, I am really proud of James Watson for letting himself get arrested for violating the rules that we're talking about, because he went to the steps of the Capitol and held up this sign and was arrested for disparaging the elected official Donald Trump while in uniform. And I think that during these troubling times, it's, you know, we had a caller who's young and doesn't want to lose his job, and that's fucking respectable. But I think what James Watson here did was also very fucking respectable. So fucking W's for James Watson for putting his security on the line to fight for what he thinks is right. I think you guys know that I'm all about that sort of thing. Somebody in the chat said, oh, Raven said that James Watson is her hero. He should be everybody's hero. This is a fucking patriot on the screen right now. If you think that I'm a patriot, or if you think I'm at least doing some kind of good, you can go to the link tree in the bio and support me by following me for free on all the other platforms. Let's see where we are. I'm going to keep announcing the YouTube followers, because I know, especially over here on TikTok, like, you guys don't have to watch on YouTube, but you could go over there and help me pump some of these numbers up. 8,700, 8,718 at the moment. On our way. Almost get to say over 9,000 over there. And then when that gets over 10K, all of the important accounts will be over 10K. What's up, Jessie?
Just a reminder while we're talking about it, not to forget Aaron Bushnell, Martyr Bushnell, however you want to call him. I like to remind people that he existed. You know Aaron Bushnell?
No.
He protested in uniform in a way that took his own life.
Oh.
For the travesties that were happening in Palestine. He said he would not continue to be complacent in the war crimes of the United States government.
Oh, wow. I missed that one. Oh, him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't miss that one.
No, you definitely didn't. Some people just don't remember his name.
Didn't know his name.
Aaron Bushnell.
Yeah, I do remember that. Look, guy's got bigger cojones than me. I'll give him that.
100%. I think he's one of the bravest people to ever live, because he just recognized that what he was doing was complacent in something so horrible, and he took the greatest act of protest one can commit. So thank you, Aaron Bushnell.
Yeah. Little Sal Pal sent $5 on YouTube Super Chat to say, thank you for inspiring me to make my first TikTok and starting on this journey. Wish me luck and keep doing what you do. That's great, dude. Keep making them, you know? Like, I have to tell Jessie all the time, who's experimenting with getting stuff posted on Instagram, that it was like hundreds of videos I'd posted, hundreds of these little shorts that I'd posted before I figured out the formula for getting them right for the algorithm to like them. So, like, don't be discouraged. Keep the fuck at it. You've been learning that, right, Jessie? I bitch at you about that all the time.
Yeah, he does. Oscar's my biggest helper in getting out in my own like social media. Because you guys can see my mod account has 50,000 followers on it. I did this at one point, like also trying to make a career of it, but that was years ago, and I abandoned that TikTok account. So he's been pushing me to get back into it because it was something I really cared about.
Yeah, you're starting to take hold. Those trial reels are getting 4 digits instead of 3 these days.
Yeah,
that's really over the hump on it. Anyway, following for free everywhere helps quite a lot. You can get in the Discord on the link tree in the bio. If you convince the mods, you're not going to be trouble. And if you want to support the show directly, you can find the Venmo, Cash App, Buy Me a Coffee, or Patreon, because the show runs on contributions from viewers like you. Really does, and it means that It means I get to go live for 4 hours most days. It means that we get to plan a couple trips, got some cool stuff. We get to buy some gear, make some serious upgrades coming in the next calendar week for this show. Anyway, if you're into that sort of thing, link tree in the bio. If you're just here to listen, we'll get on to the next call. We've got Cast Graphics. I think I pronounced that correctly. We'll see what they want to talk about. After we find out how old they are, if they connect. Will they connect? That is the question. No, I don't think they will connect. Oh, no, they're here. They're here. How old are you? Hello? Hello? You're on my show. Now you're not on my show. Revention J. Is Revention a word? I don't think I know that one. Just a username. We'll see what he wants to talk about. Hello. Nope, disconnected. Or not connecting. We're going to disconnect Retention J or whatever it was, and we're going to talk to Scott Rogers. I don't think I've spoken to Scott Rogers before, but I have spoken to a few Scotts. Got a few Scotts on here who really don't like me. Is he going to be one? I'm not sure.
It's not that I don't like you. I just don't agree with you.
That's fair. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Why is that?
Well, because look what he's done with this country.
He fucked up the economy. We're at war with Iran, and people don't trust the government the way they used to. That's very bad.
I just took...
Yeah, so there we go. There's a Trump supporter. Don't think the TikTok autoflow system is going to catch that one. If it was, goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. But make sure you're following the backup accounts so that, there's a Trump supporter. That's his. I would argue that he's got only really shitty arguments for Trump.
Why would that flag? That's not inappropriate.
I don't know. It's bad.
I mean, it's ugly.
It's ugly. If I ran a platform, I wouldn't want people to be exposed to depictions of human feces, like, involuntarily. I think that's bad.
I guess maybe I'm seeing it coming from a job where that's just something I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, bother me all that much, but I wish that didn't just happen on the show.
Yeah.
We should edit that out. That gives us work to do later.
It's always me.
Timestamp. Yeah, it's I mean, that's all they got, right? We can have a meaningful conversation with somebody young, but I find that it's almost like people are a lost cause after they're 25 years old. Like beyond that, people just get really hard to reach.
Old dog, new tricks. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, we've got people like Screechmeister who's making some kind of progress, and Iowa Golfer's 27. But a lot of people don't even think Iowa Golfer's making any position. But did that guy think that he made Trump look good? There's one of my favorite statistics about people's lack of faith in the government right now is that in December of 2024, people were polled. There was a poll that asked people if they felt that the checks and balances were working, and they answered. 2/3 of people answered yes. And while 1/3 of people thinking that the checks and balances aren't working, it sounds like a lot. I just think that 20% of people at the far end of a poll are always going to be pretty unreasonable. So if somebody says 20% of people are going to be I'm a sovereign citizen, or every government official's an evil Nazi, or all these things that are there's credence to certain arguments there. But I just don't think of that type of statistic is all that concerning. What I do find concerning is that one calendar year later, in December of 2025, they polled the same question: do you think that the government's checks and balances are working? And instead of 1/3 of people saying no, 1/3 of people said yes, and 2/3 of people said no. So that middle third, switching teams on that between December of 2024 and December of 2025, which is about after the first year of Donald Trump's current term, that to me demonstrates a really aggressive change in public sentiment. And I think people should be concerned about that. Now, I'm glad that people are waking up. I was a part of the 1/3, and now I'm a part of the 2/3. And here we are 6-8 months later. We could probably say that it might be more than 2/3 who are worried about the checks and balances growing or working. That cohort of people who feel that the checks and balances aren't working is probably continuing to grow. And that, that's why it's interesting that people who actually just support what Trump is doing are so very rare. And instead you have people like that who know that they're not going to succeed if they try to have a meaningful conversation with me. They know that they're not going to succeed if they try to argue in favor of the fact that Trump has made the country a better place. I would even argue that when I said, what do you mean the economy's in the shit, or we're at war with Iran and people have lost faith in the government? I think he knew okay, this guy's going to be a problem if I'm going to try to say that Trump is great. My bullshit's probably not going to work on him. So I'm just going to show him human feces to bother him, to give his producer a little bit more work. Thanks for the donations, everybody. I can afford somebody to fix those problems for me nowadays. Yay. But that's all they've got. All they've got is a toilet full of shit. That's MAGA America in a fucking nutshell. Tell me why Trump's orders are legal. I can't. I'm going to try to get your live stream taken down for TOS violations, because that's all we have is deplatforming. I'm going to leverage the fact that the First Amendment is broken and doesn't protect somebody like me doing this, because TikTok's First Amendment supersedes mine because I'm using their platform voluntarily. So they're going to leverage that to try to get me deplatformed so that my voice doesn't get out there, because these chuds are terrified of people like me. The projection is crazy. The fact that they call me a coward, the fact that they call in here and say that I'm afraid and that I'm not out, that I'm not like this on the street. There's footage of me like this on the street. Go find it. I'm going to film some more of it on August 22nd when a well-known, dangerous, violent neo-Nazi by the name of Jake Lang comes and throws his march that I can't even say the name of because it's a slur. So, if that's what's going on in America, that's what's going on in America, and I'm fucking here for it. But yeah, we should edit that one out. That's for sure. Lucky Phil sent another $2 to say that Trump supporter has some sloppy arguments, may want to lay off the prunes. Yeah, I was going to say, eat better, dude. Fiber, come on. But I'll judge any kind of bad argument. But that's it. Like we've scared everybody away. There's nobody in the queue. You know, I didn't want to give all the airtime to maybe TVbiasc can come back and we can keep talking about something that he's not afraid to talk about in uniform, because it's constructive talking with him, but it's bad for the show if I give a whole show to somebody like that. But there just aren't very many like actual Trump supporters who can be taken seriously. Can I take somebody seriously if their username is MAGA 2028? Are we really going to are we going to have a meaningful conversation about the Constitution with somebody whose username is MAGA 2028? Let's find out.
Also a troll.
Hello.
Is it you? Is it the same guy from this morning doing the bathtub gag?
What guy?
Okay, so why are you doing this?
You're a new guy in the bath?
The bath gag is running around. I think we're trying to interrogate him today. Why are you doing this? Well, first of all, how old are you?
21.
Why are you doing this?
I'm not in the tub. What do you mean?
Okay, fine. Let's take you seriously and see how it goes. Do you support Trump?
Yep.
Do you think that Trump should run for president in 2028?
Yep.
Why?
It's gonna, make everything better.
He couldn't do that the first 2 terms.
The Rothschilds got in the way, and yeah.
Yeah. Do you care at all about the Constitution?
Yes.
Then why do you want Trump to run again? It's against the Constitution.
Well, it's meant to be changed too, That's what it says. They could change the Constitution again.
Why should I take you seriously?
Wasn't the Constitution meant to be changed though? That's what they said.
No, I'm just I don't take you seriously at all. I don't believe for a second that what you're doing on here is fighting for what you believe in. I think that there's something deeply wrong with you, and it's really sad that you choose to spend your time fucking around on these lives like this. I just want to understand it. Why are you like this?
I don't know.
You should. Can we try to figure it out? What are your hobbies? If the internet went out, if the power was out, if there was a storm, how would you spend your day?
I don't know.
What would you do? Do you have any books to read in your home?
Oh yeah, I got some books.
Do you think maybe that if the power went out, you'd sit by the window and you'd read some books?
Yeah, I have a lot of books, but I never read them.
Do you think that maybe your life would be better if you did?
Probably.
Do you think maybe that's something you could do instead of kicking around these lives making bathwater noises?
Yeah.
Thank you for the galaxy, Tina. So what is this? What's happening? What are you doing? If somebody called you up on the phone and said, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" What would you tell them?
Debating.
This isn't debating. You're not engaging with my questions. I tried with you. I tried to give you a chance. I tried to say, I don't think you care. Why? Are you aware of the amendment that says that Trump can't run for a third time?
Wasn't it passed after World War II? Because there was a president.
Yeah, it was passed in the past, which is what we need to consider. Is that it is currently in the Constitution that the president can only be president for 2 terms.
Yeah, couldn't he be vice president?
He could be vice president. That's one of the ways they're talking about getting around it. They're trying to make him vice president and then have JD Vance step down or something so that he can become president. What's the here? Let me just ask you this: why is Trump a good president?
He did. He passed the law that banned paper straws. Those were.
And you're wrong, by the way. He can't be VP.
Oh damn.
Yeah. I know they're trying, but I guess he's disqualified from that. But again, why do you think he's a good president?
Yeah, he passed the law, executive order banning paper straws. It's a real one.
All right, I had the last guy who showed me his dick already put in touch with law enforcement in Maine. Is that going to happen? Oh, you can't even turn your camera on. This is a private account. This is a burner account.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
Well, you can't. You can't. Your account's private, or you don't have the privilege to turn on your camera. So it's just like, I don't know, man. You understand that, like, you speak English with an accent. That means that ICE agents can detain you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I got detained a couple times. I had to run.
What if you were in a hurry?
Yeah, I had to run from the ICE agents.
Is this a joke for you, dude? Like, they could kill you.
I know. Yeah, it would just,
They could. I mean, like, they break people's car windows and cut their seatbelts and yank them out if they don't want to be stopped for being non-white or having an accent. And you're just like trolling about it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I know it's horrible. Yeah, I don't support ICE.
What I'm saying is that you are horrible. You are part of it. He's winning because of people like you. You're helping that happen.
Well, I don't live in a swing state.
I don't care where you live. You're helping that happen to people by doing what you're doing right now.
I actually help some people that
No, I'm not interested in how you spend the rest of your time. By doing what you do on here, by promoting this idea, by normalizing the idea of MAGA 2028, by saying that Trump should run against the Constitution, you are helping people suffer in ways that they will write history books asking the question, just like we ask about Germany, how did everyday people like this happen? Let this happen.
Okay, I'll apologize. I'll try to do better.
I don't think you're gonna. I mean, what is this? What is this conversation? Why on earth are you spending your time promoting this unconstitutional, un-American idea that will result in people who speak English in the way that you do being detained against their will for no other reason than the fact that they sound like you?
Yeah, I think I'll vote for Gavin Newsom. Yeah, I'll vote.
Like, there's gonna come a day, like you said, you're 21, and if that's true, there's gonna come a day where you're 51, and 21-year-olds are asking you what this time was like. How are you gonna tell them that you spent your time?
That was fighting, the tyrant, and I was survived COVID and the viruses, and I was, hiding from the hantavirus. I was fighting, rats and stuff.
How do you fucking sleep at night, dude?
Yeah, I usually take some melatonin.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, do you think you're a good person?
I try.
I don't think you do. I don't think that you think about whether or not the way that you're behaving makes you a good or bad person. I don't think you think about that on a daily basis. Do you have friends?
Yeah, what do you think I should do better?
Do you have any friends?
Yeah, I got a couple.
When was the last time you hung out with them?
I go to the gym with them. I went to the gym yesterday with them at like 6 p.m.
Social circles are important for people like you. What are your hobbies?
Yeah, just coding and
Coding's a good hobby. What are you working on?
Yeah, usually trying to learn the Unreal Engine, taking some courses on Udemy.
You want to make some video games?
Yeah.
Do you think that if people found out that the person who made a video game was this guy who called into the Oskar Quentin show with the MAGA 2028 username, if people recognize your voice someday when you're trying to give a speech about your video game, do you think that that's gonna be good for PR for your video game?
Depends like what game's about.
Do you think maybe it'll be a game that you want people to be able to play regardless of their political orientation, or maybe it's a game that people would want to play if they like don't want people to be detained by ICE because of their skin color or their accent?
Yeah, I'm like everyone allowed to play it,
Right, but they won't because somebody like you coded it, is my concern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'll try to change, and gotta wait for 7 days for my name to change the name, I think.
That's not gonna save you though. You still did this. You still put it out there. Your voice is still going to live on the internet forever, saying these things and behaving in this way.
Yeah, I'm just actually I voted like Democrat. I didn't really vote Republican.
Great. But you're still helping promote these ideologies. It makes people more and more comfortable with the idea of Trump running in 2028 or staying president by some other means. Every time they see the text on the screen that says Trump 2028 or MAGA 2028.
Yeah, I think I didn't think I was gonna get this far.
Yeah. You didn't think it was going to turn into a therapy session, but I just want to understand people like you. You thought I was going to hang up on you, which I could have right away, but like, I don't know, I did it earlier in the call today. Like, why are you like this? How is it that you choose to spend your time in this way? I don't understand it.
Yeah, I need to find a job. You got any ideas?
I think you need to find a therapist, dude.
Yeah, do you recommend BetterHelp.com? They got a code?
No, BetterHelp's a really bad platform. I don't take sponsorships, but even if I did, I wouldn't take one from them. They're awful. Don't use them.
Any yeah, I gotta get like a job so then I could afford therapy,
Yeah, I mean,
some coding jobs for indie video games help you like develop your skills on the job. Pursue like stuff you care about.
Yeah.
Genuinely, these exist out there. Reach out in like Discords and Reddit and places like that. You will find these people looking for devs.
My mod Will wants to know what type of media you consume.
Netflix and Prime Video. I've been watching
TV and movies.
Yeah, mostly like superhero movies and
Did you watch The Boys?
Yeah, I watched that one.
So, kind of the whole point of that show was normalizing these crazy things that we see will continue to push this rhetoric in a direction that spirals out of control. That was kind of the message of that show.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending.
So don't contribute to that ending happening in real life.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't serious. I was just,
No, but it is serious. It's real people you're interacting with. It's real what we're doing, and there's some blood on your hands. There's blood on everybody's hands who promotes that it's okay, that jokes about it. Like it's just not. It's not fucking okay.
All right.
You know, when I just quit this job. I was a high school teacher, and during Metro Surge here in Minneapolis, I had to be a bodyguard for children. I had to wake up real early and go help the kids get to their school bus safely. You know, we closed schools here for a few weeks to protect the kids from the federal agents that Trump sent here.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Are you sorry? Are you sorry that I had to do that?
Yeah.
I had to watch a lot of kids like talk about which IDs they have to carry. Like that was a moment I had, like when I was standing in the front of the room and there was some kids goofing off in the back, which was fine because they'd finished their work, but they were goofing off they were like showing each other their passports and shit. Carrying their papers.
Yeah, carrying a paper sounds like 1940s.
Kids, man. They're kids. Like 14, 15-year-olds. And you're sitting here joking about it all.
Yeah, I apologize.
I'm not looking for an apology. I'm looking to understand why you think it's not serious. Like why you think it's like, clearly, if you are aware of the bathtub gag, you've been going around to these lives where people talk about this shit And you, instead of seeing, oh my God, there's something happening with the federal government that's really problematic, instead of seeing that people are afraid to go outside in their own communities if their skin color isn't white, like instead of seeing that, you see that if I call into this live and I make splishy splashy noises, it will upset the host. And that's fun for you. Why is it that you can look at this landscape of content and see that as the way that you want to engage with it? How, I don't understand that.
I did that on a MAGA live earlier.
Right, because you don't care. You don't see the difference. For you, you're just fucking around. But it's life and death for the rest of us because people are fucking dying. Some of my neighbors have been killed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I live a few blocks away from where Alex Preddy was killed. I live a little bit further away from where Renee Good was killed.
Oh, yeah, that was a horrible tragedy.
Yeah. I was having breakfast with my girlfriend. It was like 9 in the morning. And I got a message from my Signal chat where normally when the Signal chat goes off, I see like, oh, there's a suspicious vehicle parked here, or like ICE agents out of a vehicle, like more observers requested. And I like go and we blow our whistles and I like yell a bunch of insults and like, you're going to move to Argentina when this is over? Oh, you didn't even get that one. Fucking don't know your history. Like I make funny videos like that. Like that's normally what I did. But that morning I read that Signal chat and it said that an observer had been shot outside of Glamdall Donuts, that CPR was being performed on him and that more observers were requested. And I was mad as fucking hell that I was over at my girlfriend's house in St. Paul instead of here, so I could have gotten here more quickly. I did get here and it was a fucking fiasco. I got shot with a beanbag round that day. A little bag of bird shot out of a shotgun. Got a numb spot on my leg where that hit me. So like, why is it that the space that we have to talk about this and attempt to take it seriously is a space where you come and you think how fun it would be to interfere with the effort of people to sit and talk seriously about what's happening in this country?
Yeah, I apologize, and I realized that, I shouldn't do that.
See you tomorrow. Thank you, David, for the $5 on Venmo. This is cool, David. MAGA 2028 want to learn how to replace Game Boy batteries, Game Boy batteries, and make some money. I'll teach you that and how not to be a shitty person. Thank you, David. Steven sent $5 to say, I'm a professional voice actor. If I found out my game developer I'm working with acts in this way, I'm out of that job so quick. Yeah, tried the selfish angle. See if you could see it that way. That maybe he just shouldn't fucking go around in life and be like that. I don't think I helped. I don't think I made any progress with that kid. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. Thank you on YouTube Super Chat. Got Jazz Baron Crab sent $2 to say shit looked worse than mine and I take Adderall. Very funny. Moses sent $5 to say to Oscar and Jess, I'm late. What the shit did I walk into? LOL, literally. And you are one of the real ones. No proof needed. Thank you, Moses. Non-Bobbers has been a member for a month. OMG, I hit 1 month. I'm trying to educate myself on my local politicians to vote in the primaries. I was wondering if anyone else has good resources. If you ask in the Discord, there's always somebody from your state who can help because there's enough people in there that there seems to be some good resources. But I'm trying to build some better resources for those people. That one guy with a really long name sent $5 to say, this is the most attention this caller has ever gotten from a woman. Thanks, Jessie.
Happy to contribute.
Doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
Jazz Baron Crab sent $2 to say, love seeing trolls get pinned on their tomfoolery. Kids missing out on their education because of a fear of a government. Goon Squad makes me so sad and so angry. Thank you, Jennifer, for the $5. Yeah, made me very sad and angry when that was fucking happening. Fucking horrible. Jammerbank sent $5 to say he doesn't care. He's going through the motions to do it again on another live. He doesn't care at all. He just likes the reactions. It's sick. Yeah, I think that was probably a sociopath that we were talking to. But I don't know. I'm not a professional. Who knows? Neuro Whimsy Life. That sounds like a friendly username. Maybe they didn't mean to be in the queue. Not looking for friendlies. I want today to stay more oppositional. Hello. How are you? How old are you?
I'm 41, and yes, I'm a friendly, but I want just 1 minute of your time to explain the bathtub. Get up.
Go for it.
So there's another TikTok user called Taxpaying American, and he has about almost 5,000 followers, and he live streams Parker's.
I'm aware of him.
Yeah. And he sends people to do that, and he's the one that started this bathtub get, and he does that just to cause trolls. So you get that reason is like people drinking the Kool-Aid. They're just subsidiaries of him and following his little clan. But that's all I have. You can drop me.
Sure thing. Appreciate you. Yeah. Tax-paying American. I don't think he's been on my show. Maybe he will be soon. Jessie, I'm going to step away from the bathroom. You want to take the chair quick?
Yes.
Yeah. Jessie's going to come give a PSA about something.
I am?
Yeah. You're going to come up with it right now.
Oh, freaking heck.
I believe in you. Lucky Phil sent $2 more to say, W for the reverse troll, waste their time and serve some awkward cake. Yeah, it's just remarkable how taken aback, how shocked they are by like me engaging with them. It's an interesting bit. I like doing it from time to time. Done it a couple times today.
Oh, I guess I don't need them. Hi. Thanks for bringing up the local government thing. Me and Oskar had a chat about this recently, and we've been trying to platform our local politicians. We do have some more lined up for the state of Minnesota. But more importantly, if you guys are all watching from like concentrated areas and you're interested in your own local politics, point them towards us point it towards us in the Discord. We're hoping to platform more than just Minnesota politicians because we want to interview more people in politics for our evening show. That's kind of where we're going for it. We want to be able to talk to, putting somebody under the line of questioning fire that is Oskar is a great litmus test for your politicians. So if you guys are like, hey, I think this person is reachable, they've got kind of a grassroots startup going, and you think that we would be able to get in contact with them, because Oscar's got a big old Instagram account, so we've been able to sneak into some DMs pretty efficiently. Who said anyone here like a band called Linus? They're friends of mine. That's crazy. But yeah, it's we're trying to platform more politicians. So if you guys want that, point it in the Discord. We'd love to work on that in our evening show. Thanks, guys.
Garrett sent $1 to say the trolls are all just sad and alone. You can almost like hear how they're like, oh, somebody's talking to me. How nice. Like they're all just desperate for attention. They'd get so much more attention if they weren't such shitty people. You can go get attention by like engaging with people and becoming their friends. But you know, none of them want to admit that they need help developing their social skills because the schools failed them. For $10, Ryan said, love you, Oskar. Love what you do. You're an entertainer, an educator, and a therapist. Keep doing this and your passion for keep doing this and keep your passion for teaching alive. I don't think it'll ever wane. I care about this stuff. I like doing it. I like bringing people out of the darkness. But like sometimes we just wander into the darkness together to observe the specimens we find. Anyway, Anacaniac sent $2 to say Fall by Sensing Agony. By the way, listen to it. You should go listen to the song Fall by Sensing Agony. I highly recommend it. The vocalist is really talented. We're going to talk to El Predictor, and we're going to see what he predicts for the future of America. If he connects. How old are you?
26.
You're a Trump supporter?
Yeah, of course.
Why do you say of course?
Well, because I voted for him, and also I'm getting what I voted for, to be honest.
But I didn't know that. I've never spoken to you before. Like, why would you say of course? It suggests to me that you're quite egocentric.
No, I'll concede. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I voted Trump.
Okay. So, yeah, you voted for him, and you're getting what you want. What is it you wanted?
No mass deportations. Just like the first term.
Right. So you figured he would fail, and you got that... You got what you wanted?
Well, I figured he lies. Like, for example, when he said...
Yeah, but Kamala Harris doesn't lie as much, and she said that she wasn't going to do mass deportation, so you could have just voted for her.
Well, no, but I just don't trust the campaign she ran. She had an unfair campaign. Biden lied to her and said he wasn't going to run, then he ran. And then Ms. Harris, I feel like she really didn't campaign for Latinos, and sure, she didn't lie, but... Well, I mean, we don't know. She wasn't president. She could have lied. What if she got elected and there was no judges? What if she was deporting more people than Trump right now? Because Trump is not deporting people.
Yeah. What if she became president and gathered up all the school children and bit all their heads off like some sort of fucking monster from a demon?
But address what I said.
If we want
address the realistic thing I said. Ms. Harris could have deported more people than Trump right now, and then you just kind of just make it like a crazy scenario.
I don't think it's I don't think in November of 2024 it was reasonable to think that I should vote for Trump if I want to stop the deportations. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
I have his first term to reflect on. I didn't vote for him the first time. I was underage. But in his first term, he was the worst. He was so radical, said so much bad things about my Latino people, and he still didn't build a wall. He didn't do mass deportations.
You talk about your Latino people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your Latino people can now be detained for nothing other than being Latino. Are you happy?
Are you saying that's new? You're saying that's new under Trump or something?
Yeah, the Supreme Court ruling from the end of last year, which allows Kavanaugh stops from ICE, that is new. Yes.
Okay, so that's new. I'll give you that. But what I meant was, since 2003, when ICE was created, who was the target? Who was the ones getting deported? Because before Trump, us Latinos, the one you just
president.
Oh, go ahead.
I just don't understand.
No, you must know more about my people.
I know that your people can be detained against their will just for being.
That's nothing new. That's been since 2003 when ICE was created.
The Supreme Court just ruled that they're allowed to do that.
Right. I agree with you.
I don't believe you're serious, dude. Can you turn your
I'm
camera
serious,
on for me?
man.
I don't believe you are serious.
I am serious.
You're not saying a bunch of things that add up to a serious person. So,
so am I lying that there's no mass deportations? That's all I'm
not going
saying.
to proceed in the conversation with you until you give me.
What would you like to see if I turn my camera on?
I would just like for you to. I would like to see that you're the sort of person who doesn't care about
No,
the face
you
being
didn't answer.
associated
What
with
would
the
you,
thing.
if I turn my camera on, what would you like to see?
Your face, just your face.
You want to see my face?
Just want to see
Why?
your face.
Why do you want to see my face?
I was in the middle of explaining that. I don't think that you're a person who wants the things you're saying on my show.
I haven't said anything crazy. I said that I like that he's not doing mass
Turn your fucking
deportations.
camera on, you pussy. Fucking coward.
I'm not being a pussy. You're mad. You're triggered.
I am mad.
Or,
it's very,
yeah, you
very
are.
upsetting and triggering that there are people like you that exist.
You attack my character instead of my words.
Yeah, show that I'm wrong about your character.
You should put the woman next to you. Maybe she has more emotional intelligence than you. Maybe the school system didn't work for you.
You can keep attacking me all you want, but I'm still going to.
I'm not attacking you. You started attacking me first. Don't be a victim now. Don't be a bitch now. Don't be a victim.
I'm worried
you
you're
started
gonna be the
this.
victim.
You started this. So don't go crying to your girlfriend after and be a victim and belittle school.
In the chat for this. Actually, you know what?
Do what you're told, chat. Do what you're told.
Do
what you're told, chat.
Eyes like the big puppy dog eyes. Can we get some adorable emojis?
Do what you're told, chat.
Adorable little coward who doesn't
do what you're
care
told, chat.
about what's going to happen to him and his people.
Notice how he doesn't acknowledge that I said that there's no mass deportations, and that's what made him crash out.
I'll talk about that with you after you turn your camera on. And I don't think
I'm good. I don't listen to white people. I don't listen to white man orders. I don't listen to white man orders. I'm not your chat.
All right. I mean,
maybe you're not used to that. Maybe you're not used to.
That's what you want to do.
Cool. I know what I am, and especially when it comes from you.
You a bitch.
That's nothing.
You're a coward. You're a traitor.
No, I'm not.
Race traitor, I would argue.
Nope. No.
Oh yeah.
I call that alligator Alcatraz. I call that Obama's cages. I call that ICE.
I think you're a race traitor.
I always want to abolish ICE.
I get in trouble for
I don't want mass deportation.
But I
something
think
that you're not acknowledging.
I think it's
and
fair
look
to
at
say
you
that
touching
you're
your chin. You're nervous. You're not used to this. You're used to trolls. You're used to people who are racist, bigots.
You know what I'm used
but
to,
you're not.
buddy.
You're talking to a real person.
No, I'm not. I can't see you.
Who voted for one issue?
You
No mass deportations. But no, you want a troll. You want a bigot.
No, I think
you're not used to
trolls
this.
And bigots don't turn their cameras on.
That's why 48% of Latinos voted Trump, bro.
Turn your camera on, and then we can continue the conversation. I learned yesterday that if I keep this bit going for 5 minutes, sometimes the guy turns his camera on and we get to proceed. We get to go back to having a meaningful
conversation. That's the thing. It's not a bit for me. It's the truth. This is not a comedy show. I don't grift on here. It's not a bit. I want here to spread the Latino message and the high standard.
If you want to prove that you
I don't listen to white man orders. I'm not your chat. I don't listen to white man orders. Sorry that you're not used to
You're
being told
when
no.
they fucking detain you for being fucking Hispanic.
Nothing new.
You do realize that. I'm sorry. You do realize it might be a white man.
I was 6,
you said you don't listen to orders from a white man. Are you not going to listen when an ICE agent detains you under a perfectly constitutional?
No, they're mostly brown. They're mostly my skin color. They're mostly brown.
So you would listen to the ICE agent if he wasn't white, but if he was white, you wouldn't listen to him.
Latinos are white as well.
How do you think that that's going to go
Latinos
for
are
you,
white, brown, and black.
Let's turn that fucking camera on.
Look at you. Look at you getting mad. Look at your face turning pink. It's fucking pathetic, dude. And look at you turning to your girlfriend for some validation.
Real pink over there.
Real pink.
Let her speak for you. Let her speak for you.
Thank you for the
when you look for her
$10
for
mark,
validation,
thank you
that
for the
makes me
entertainment.
that she's
Oscar
your
loves
bitch
some
mate,
Sweden.
and she wears the fucking pants in a relationship, buddy.
We're not
in a relationship.
Well, she's the A side. Or
she's my producer. I pay her. She's a subordinate.
Oh, so she wouldn't be there if you weren't paying her.
No, why would she?
No, yeah, hell no.
Exactly.
I'd be in bed right now.
No, you wouldn't hang out with him.
No, we were hanging out before
He
I
will
did
be
the show.
doing
We were
this by
buddies since
himself.
before that.
No, we were friends before that.
Turn your camera on, dude.
Yeah, absolutely, friends.
Turn your camera on.
I don't listen to white man orders. And then you tried to
So when
turn
an
that
ICE
by
agent
saying
orders
ICE
you out of
agent.
your vehicle at a Kavanaugh stop,
They're mostly
answer
brown
the
and black.
fucking question, coward.
They're mostly brown
When
and
an
black,
ICE, when
coward.
yeah, you can say mostly, but not all of them.
I've
When
been
an
protesting ICE
so
since 2003.
Are you
They're
gonna?
mostly
Would you
brown and black.
disobey an order from a white ICE agent?
Absolutely.
How
I'm a
do you
U.S.
think that would
citizen.
go-
Absolutely. I'll
How do
take
you
it all
think that
the
would
way.
go for you?
The same as my undocumented Latinos go through. But I
They would
have
break your
privilege where
fucking
I'm a
car
citizen.
window, cut your
I have
seatbelt,
privilege
open
where
your
I'm a
door,
citizen.
and put you on the ground. That's what happens
No.
if you just yes.
No.
What are you talking about? That
What am I talking
that will
about?
happen to you if this continues.
No. I
are
won't be
you
a white
saying?
knight. No, because I won't be a white knight about it. I'm not gonna start acting. I'm not gonna chimp out like you right now. Start
Where are the
recording
camera
the
emojis?
ICE
There aren't
agents.
nearly
Start
enough
saying
camera
"fuck
emojis
you,"
in the
get
chat
out my car
reminding
and
this
be
race
aggressive.
trader that he should be turning on his camera.
I'm not a race trader.
Actually, I'm going to
You
accuse
didn't
you.
call
I'm
me
going to
that when
accuse you
Obama
of
put kids
being
in
like.
cages.
Here,
You
you know
didn't
what? I'm
call me
just
that
gonna
when
accuse
Obama
you of
put
being
kids in
white.
cages.
I think that
When
you're a
Obama
white
has the
nationalist
record for the
and you're saying these
deportation.
reprehensible
You didn't
things to
call
harm
any
the
Latino who
Latino
voted
community.
Democrat a race
You
trader.
should show
Never.
your community that you're actually trying to represent them instead of just
I
trying to
do.
harm them.
I'm part of the 48% of Latinos who wanted a higher standard, and that's
Turn
what's
on
happening.
your camera so you can stand by those beliefs instead of being
No,
a
are you
fucking
getting
wuss.
off by this? Are you getting off if I listen to you? I already
I'm just
told
trying
you.
to show
I
people
don't
how
listen
much
to
of a
white man
fucking
orders.
coward you are, and it's
no, you
working.
just don't like that you're not getting your way. Your pride is showing.
Chat, let
You
me
need
know
Jesus.
amidst
You
the,
need Jesus.
amidst the
Jesus
camera
is king.
emojis. Let me know host or guest who's crashing out.
Your profile picture
And
is
the
a
ops
white
put
guy.
some cross.
Are you?
And for the ops, put some cross in the chat. Jesus
Are you
is
even
king.
Latino?
Yes.
I don't believe him.
No, his profile
Okay,
picture
yeah,
is
don't
a white
believe me.
guy.
Is
That's
his
Saul
profile
Goodman.
is his profile picture Charlie
That's a
Kirk?
Better Call Saul.
No, it's Saul
That's
Goodman.
a
Saul
TV show.
Goodman. Yeah.
Look at my profile from El Salvador.
Yeah, no,
the only
I'm just going to
country
call
after Jesus
bullshit. I think
Christ.
that if he wants to prove to us that he's Latino, he probably could.
I don't think he's
I
Latino.
don't think he's Latino.
Can you be Latino, host? Can you look like a Latino?
He's not Latino. He's not claiming to be.
But can he be Latino?
No.
No.
So Latinos can't be white?
That's not what I said.
Look at your fucking delusion. Look how delusional you guys are. That's why you Democrats are so fucking stupid. You guys lost the Latino vote because you can't admit that you can look like a Latino. I know so much Latinos that look whiter than you, host. But because I show my camera and I show you that I'm fucking brown or black, then you believe me?
No, I think
you're fucking
that,
racist.
I think that there are people in your life who would stop
You're so
associating
fucking
with you if
racist.
they
And look how
found
you
out
both
that
shut
were
the
like
fuck
this.
up after. You both got quiet.
About what?
Your ignorance showed.
It's just hard to follow all
Your
the bullshit
ign-
that's falling out
What
of
do
your
you
out of
mean?
this
I
coward's
asked a
mouth.
simple question. Can you look like a Latino, host?
Turn your camera on.
And you didn't answer.
No,
Well,
I can't
that's kind of a
look like-
trap way of phrasing that question.
So there's
Can
not
you
Latinos who
a
look
Latino?
whiter than you?
There are white Latinos. Absolutely.
I am a super Eastern
Okay,
European.
can they look
looking
whiter than
person.
the host?
'Cause
Because
I'm
host, you're
Eastern
an
European.
extreme white boy. Host, you look like mayonnaise. So can there be Latinos who look whiter
that's
than
one
you?
of my favorite things. You think you're big making fun of what I look like while refusing to turn your camera
No,
on?
no, no.
That's
You think that's an
adorable.
insult. That's a compliment.
It's
'Cause You probably
hilarious.
think I want to be a white person.
That's fucking
You probably
funny,
think I
dude.
like white supremacy.
Like, is this
So
satire?
you probably, that's a
Do you
compliment,
think it's funny
maybe.
for you to make fun of what I look like while refusing to show us your pretty face?
No, because I
Like,
didn't. No, because I
It's
didn't
a
make fun of
compliment
you.
to be compared to a condiment. I'm a little
Well, I
lost
mean-
there. I'm a little lost on how that's a compliment.
I don't even know
you
what
gotta
I'm doing. I
keep
mean,
up.
other
You
than
gotta
asking
keep
this
up. You're
coward to
speaking
turn
for
his-
him, so you got to keep up.
She's speaking with me, dude. We're having fun.
No, she's speaking for you. And then when you started looking
That's
for
projection, man. Sounds to me like
no, you looked at her for validation.
Sounds to me like you don't let the women in
No,
your life speak up.
when
And
I
that's-
started
that to me
saying,
is
when I
quite-
started going personal, when you started going personal, you looked to her left. And you looked for her validation. The
Yeah,
fact that
you
you
ever
have
seen
me
The
up here
Office?
still,
It's like the camera
that's sad.
pan that Jim does.
That's sad.
I'm like glancing
Because you
over
know
to
true
see if
first right
Jessie's
now.
also cheesing. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's she thinks you're a fucking clown too. Darius, thank you for the $3 on
I don't
Venmo.
need
Approximately
validation from
20
her.
to 30% of
I don't
U.S.
need her
immigration and
validation.
customs
I don't need
enforcement agents
validation from
identify as
strangers
Latino or
online.
Hispanic. How is that most? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's working with actual numbers. I do know one
Who
number.
said most?
The number
I never
the number
said
of
most.
bitches on this call is
48% of
one.
Latinos voted Trump. No one said the most.
I'm sorry,
No one said
dude.
majority.
I need you to turn your camera on, and if I'm going to take you seriously, we can go back to having a meaningful
No, the
conversation
fact that you
about
have
this
me
stuff.
still on this
We can
platform
go
means
back to
something.
having a meaningful conversation about this stuff if you
No,
turn your
the fact
camera
that you
on.
have me
Until
on
you
this
do that, I'm I'm just gonna yap away over you and just call you a bitch and call you a coward and ask for more camera emojis in the chat.
Anything.
Snowflakes, those are good emojis.
Doesn't mean
Actually,
anything.
let's get the whole assortment out. We got the flounder emojis. Can we get some
That's like a
fishies in the
clown
chat for this guy who's floundering?
A clown.
I really does hope he turns on his camera because he mentioned ICE in 2003. And that is actually a good thing that we like to talk about because ICE did actually operate differently until it started being used as like a secret police.
What was it created for? What happened in 2001?
Oh, wait, he doesn't take orders from a white man. Suck Trump, says Jammerbanks for $2. Here, let me try this.
So,
leave your camera off.
Can we have a good faith conversation?
Leave that camera off. The white man says to leave your camera turned off.
So is this a fake power trip now?
The white man is telling you to leave your camera turned off, and you don't listen to orders from white man. Come on.
Yep, it's natural for you.
Dude, I look natural trying to. Was that me in my element?
Yeah, that was. Hell yeah.
Angry white man.
Hell yeah, you were probably an angsty teenager.
Oh man! I didn't even ask for the baby bottles.
Oh, man. No.
So the
always remember
reverse
this.
psychology didn't work. What other childish tricks do we have in the?
I don't have any child tricks. You started attacking me
Turn
first.
Your fucking camera on, you coward.
You started saying, "Turn your camera on, you bitch, you coward." All I said was Trump is not doing mass deportations.
Whoa!
And that triggered
that's
you.
So much faster than normal.
That fucking triggered you.
Hold on. This is
Jesus is king. Jesus is king.
Dude, I found... Dude, the Discord is so quick with doxing people these days. I found a picture of this guy hanging out with his buddies.
Absolutely.
Oh, hold on. Let me just get this pulled up, full size. There it is.
But then the people who are ops, they're the losers.
Found him.
They're the ones who have no social skills.
There we are.
You're gonna get a flag. Get that off the screen.
Yep, just a flag, just to try to be funny. Anti-Christian.
No, he's wearing a mask.
He won't be anti-Jew though. He won't be anti-Jew though.
He's wearing a mask in 2026.
Being anti-Christian, though.
What's the difference?
Got no problem.
Tell me what the difference between those men wearing those masks and you hiding your face behind this lack of camera. Tell me the difference.
That I'm not white, that I'm not racist, that I'm not a bigot, and that I said that I'm supporting no mass deportations.
We couldn't tell that about the people in
those
the hoods
people
because
hate
they
me.
wore the fucking
Those
hoods.
people hate that I don't want deportations. I love that there's no mass deportations. They hate me.
You are a Klansman.
Nick Fuentes hates me. You think I'm those people?
You are the modern Klansman.
This is what I mean. You generalize, and you have a bad end goal.
You realize
You're such
that,
an
right?
obvious grifter, bro.
Like we've got these pictures of all these dudes hiding behind masks, and everybody right now is watching
and do they
one
look like
such
you or me?
person
Who do
hide
they look like
behind
more?
a mask.
You or me? Do they look like you more?
Do they look like you? There weren't Klansmen who weren't white? You think that there weren't people who suckled at the teat of the white privilege that the people around them had to keep themselves safe?
Your roots are in that picture.
No, they're not.
So do those people that you just showed,
that shit.
do they look like me or do they look like you?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what you look like. I'd like to know what you look like. Turn your fucking camera on.
You don't need to. You don't need to.
Camera on.
It's probably, you probably get off on that, but you're not going to look at me. You're going to take my word from it. I'm darker than you. So those people that you just showed, do they look like you or me more?
Dude,
you have a family history of racism, dude.
Fucking mask.
You're just a white knight now. You're just the one breaking the curse, and now you're gonna try to do reparations.
Yeah,
now
what are you doing?
In 2020, you were kissing black people's feet, probably.
Dude, take the hood off.
You were those people.
Can we get in the chat?
Can
everybody say
buddy.
take the hood off in the chat?
You put a fucking black screen as your profile picture.
Can we get as many take the hood off as possible in the chat?
You're the type of person to say Alex Preddy's name, Renee Good, but not say the undocumented immigrants who got unalived. A Colombian from Maine. But then when it comes to white knights who look like you,
take your fucking
I'm gonna say
their
fucking name loud and proud. And guess what? You're so selfish that you wish you were the one on the line, so then they can say your name. Oscar.
Why are you wearing the hood?
Oscar.
Why are you wearing the hood?
Alex Preddy and
Why are you
Oscar,
dressed
the white
up like
knights,
a Klansman in 2026, hiding behind the anonymity of the internet? Why would you?
I'm not hiding, buddy.
Yes,
I'm not hiding, buddy. When you drop me, I'm going to the next platform to spread the message.
You're gonna run away. Can we get some running emojis amidst the request to take the hood off? Because this coward is gonna run away from somebody trying to hold him to
Also, you brought up a good point. You said Renee Good. You said Alex Preddy. Can you go ahead and give me the names that we're missing?
Yeah, Luis Delgado. Have you said the undocumented people who have been unalived, like the Colombian in Maine? But when it comes to white knights,
right? But you're not saying their name. What are their names?
Loud and proud, right?
What are their names?
Luis Delgado. I just gave you one.
One. But you gave us two white people. Give us one more.
So should I listen to you now?
One more.
Now you're giving me orders, right?
Rock sent $10 on YouTube Super Chat.
Drink some water,
salt,
buddy.
Please. Keep breaking these small brains. I appreciate you.
Drink some water.
Sent $2
Please drink some water. Hydrate.
It even has
that
his
was
favorite
a big
cross.
Lick.
Yeah. Pat in the chat sent $5 to say Collar's backside is jealous of the poo coming out of his mouth. Funny. Yeah, dude. Why? Like seriously, can you just answer the question? Why are you wearing the 2026 hood that is hiding behind a lack of camera on TikTok Live?
No, I don't look like you.
I think that it is analogous to hide behind the lack of webcam to wearing a hood as a fucking Klansman.
You have a history with those people, not me.
I don't, dude. What the
Your
fuck?
great uncle
That's not even true of me. Like, even if it was, fuck my great grandparents. But like, They're
No,
not
yeah.
from here. My
You have
family
a bad
came-
history.
My family's World War II
Where are you?
refugees.
Minnesota, probably? Probably
Yeah,
Minnesota, right?
Minnesota, yeah.
Great. Horrible history.
Turn
Horrible.
your fucking camera on, or I'm going to continue
so
to
horrible
accuse
that
you
you
of
let
wearing the
Somalians
Klan
take over your
hood that
fucking
is your
state.
lack of camera.
That's how
We'll do this for
horrible it
2 more
is.
hours. We'll do this for the rest of the show. I
Great.
don't care, dude.
I'm at work.
Tell me.
I can do this for the next 2 hours.
Tell
you
me,
too.
why do you wear the
grift on
hood?
this platform, and then I work at my job
do you
for the
wear
next 2 hours
the
here. Let's do
hood?
it. Because you're working right now, right?
Why do you
Aren't
wear
you
the
grifting
hood?
on these topics?
Why do you wear the hood?
When the Democrats win
Why do you
2028,
wear
you're gonna
the
have that
hood?
flag up there.
Why
when
do
they
you
don't
wear
abolish
the
ICE,
hood?
you're gonna have that flag up there.
Why do you wear
I
the
hope
hood?
you keep this
are a
passion for
Klansman
ICE.
hiding behind the anonymity of the internet because you know what you're doing is harmful to your own people. It's monstrous. Why
No, there's
are
no
you
mass
hiding?
deportations.
Why are you hiding?
There's no mass
Why are
deportation.
you
I'm not harming
answer
my
the
people.
question. You are hiding. You are hiding your face from me. Why are you doing that? Klansmen do that.
I don't need to
ICE
show
agents
you.
do that. Why are you
Nope.
doing that?
Nope.
Bank robbers
I'm
do
against
that.
ICE agents wearing that face cam. And do you know what I supported Trump doing? Them wearing body
Why
cam
are
footage.
you
It's so sad that it
behaving
took
like a
Donald
Klansman?
Trump
Why
to
are
make
you
ICE agents wear
behaving
body
like
cam
an
now.
ICE agent?
Yikes.
Why would you do that?
I'm
Show
not.
your face, you
I'm
coward.
not.
Show that you actually don't mind the political ideas that you have being
You don't know
associated with
anything.
your identity.
People
I
sue
know
me.
you a
You're
cowardly
gonna always
bitch.
think what you're
That's
gonna
abundantly
think.
clear. I know you're
Great.
part of the problem. I know that
doesn't
there are
mean
people
anything
who
coming
will
from you,
die
bro.
because
Your
of people
hairline's
like
receding.
you who
Your
are
four
willing to
eyes.
participate
You
this in
have
a way
wrinkles.
that causes harm,
You're skinny
but
fat.
unwilling to allow
Your
there
hairline's
to be
receding.
consequences
You
that
look like the
befall
American
you.
diet.
You're
You think
making
I'm
fun
gonna
of my
take
appearance
insults
while
serious from
hiding
you?
behind a lack
You
of
think
camera.
I'm gonna take
How do you
insults
think that
serious from
actually
you?
makes you look?
Look at your fucking hairline. Look at your fucking diet.
I'd like
You
to look
the
at
American
your
diet, dog.
hairline. I'd like to look at your fucking face.
No,
Why are you
don't.
making fun of somebody
Don't.
whose appearance while hiding your own?
Because who
That's
started
fucking
attacking
cowardly.
who first? Who started attacking who first? Did I start attacking
I
you
asked you to
first?
turn your camera on and you crashed the fuck out. That's
No,
what
I didn't.
happened.
I said no.
'Cause
I'm
you
good.
were a cowardly bitch.
No, I said no. I'm good. Then you
You're
said
not good.
you're
You're
a
bad. You're
coward
evil.
bitch.
You're what's wrong with
You're
this country.
weird.
Turn your camera on.
No, you don't have Jesus in your life. I'm far from evil.
I don't want Jesus in my life. Fuck
I
Jesus.
know.
And fuck you.
Trust
Turn your
me.
camera on.
Exactly. Look at you saying fuck God. Look at you.
God
Miserable
sucks, dude.
person.
Most reprehensible
Exactly.
character in all of fiction.
You don't say it happy. You don't say it with a smile on your face. Look how fucking miserable you are.
All right, let's
I
get to
bet you a
donations.
fucking
David,
stink
thank you
in
for
that
the $5.
fucking
He said,
trailer
take the
park.
hood
They
off,
fucking
Grand
stink in that
Wizard.
fucking
Thank you,
trailer
David, for
park,
the
dog.
$5.
What you gonna eat for dinner tonight? What American food you gonna eat tonight, dog?
Kevin said, this guest is sad,
What
angry, and emotional
takeout
little
you
man
ordering
child.
from,
Every
dog?
accusation is a confession.
What
I completely
takeout are you
agree.
ordering from, dog,
Darius
before
sent
you drop me?
$3 to say, if
Before
you
you
have
drop me,
family
dog.
legacy of racism due to white
Look
Klansmen,
how
then the
mad
same
you
exact
got.
thing can be
You
said
said
about
fuck
him. The
Jesus.
racism in
You said
Hispanic
fuck
countries
God.
is
That's how
insane.
mad you
Mexico,
got.
Argentina,
That's
Brazil,
how mad you
etc.
got.
Yeah,
You
just,
kiss your mother with that mouth?
I
She would be
kiss your
so
mother with
sad on
that
you.
mouth.
She would be so mad at you.
You
You probably don't even talk to your mom. You probably don't even talk to your parents. When was the last time you talked to your parents?
Talked to my mom 2 days ago, and my dad is
God
dead.
damn! Talk to her every day.
Turn your
She
camera
probably
on.
prays for you.
Turn your
She
camera
prays
on.
for you when she goes to that church on
Turn
Sundays. You know
your
that, right?
camera on. Why aren't you? Why are you hiding?
She said, "I hope my son
Why
stops
are you
fucking
hiding?
trannies, and I hope my son goes to fucking church."
Why
on
are you
Sundays."
hiding?
100%.
Why are you
100%.
hiding? Why
And guys,
are you hiding?
Don't give me. Don't start
Why
gifting me,
are
guys.
you hiding
Don't start gifting me because this
behind your
grifter gets the
Klan
gifts.
hood?
He gets
Turn
parts
your
of the
camera
gifts.
on.
So don't give me gifts. I don't want this guy to make money off
Did he
grifting.
slur?
He did.
Oh.
Goodbye. Blanc sent $5 to say this crash out is super typical of the diehard Christians that call into shows like this. To be fair, or to be honest, zero substance, just yelling and random shit about Jesus. Yeah, just fucking.
Also, I have now been called a slur for the trans community twice today. I am a cis woman, by the way. I do say any and all pronouns because my gender is kind of goofy and ambiguous, but I'm a cis woman. So I'm happy like taking all of these insults. It just breaks my heart that our trans community friends are in the audience hearing these things. So don't like feel bad for me that these are getting directed at me. I can take it. I am literally a cis woman, like a water off a duck's back. But it really does break my heart that you guys are having to hear these people drop these things. You know, it's starting as good fun and insults and everything, and then they just have to drag a marginalized group into it, and that's like so heartbreaking. So all of our trans friends and humans out there who are listening, you You are loved. You are worthy. Your identity does not do anything about what you're worth as a person. And we respect the choices you've made. So just sending so much love.
Yep. Thank you, Jessie. Infectious Bite sent $10 to say he's a liar. He supported alligator Alcatraz before. Yeah, probably some people who spotted him on other lives. Lisa sent $2 to say that guest was psychotic. Thank you, Tina, for the hearts. Yeah, he was psychotic. Fucking terrible. Trav sent $2 to say it's sad how much hate he holds for a Christian. No love like good old fashioned, or no hate like good old fashioned Christian love, right? That's the phrase.
That's the phrase.
Liza sent $2 to say, as a Latino, we do not claim that bigoted coward. I would hope not. Thank you for the $2. Yeah, just like what even are they doing? Like what? Like does it feel good for him to do that? Lucky Phil sent $2 on Buy Me a Coffee to say, even without the hood, we'll have a hard time recognizing him under all the clown makeup. By the way, say hi to your mom for me. Fuck you, Lucky Phil. Appreciate you, Lucky Phil. And Jazz sent $2 to say Genghis Chrysler wouldn't be this cowardly. Camera emojis. Thank you for the $2. Celestial Darkness sent $2 to say Collar looks so ignorant right now, childlike even. Pat in the chat sent $5 to say somebody in December to call Happy Holidays. Collar probably. I don't get it. Do you get the joke? Pat in the chat.
Yeah. You don't get it?
No, I don't get it.
The whole Merry Christmas thing. Like people the Christians get so mad when you say Happy Holidays because they're taking Jesus out of Christmas.
Wow.
The pagan holiday.
Yeah. Are we gonna have a meaningful call today? We kind of did with TVbiasc. Anyway, we're gonna talk to period, black profile picture, and just a dot. I'm gonna hover that disconnect.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing all right. How old?
So, yeah, I'm 21 years old. I got a question for you.
Support Trump?
No, I do not. But I have a question. Is it true that you're just trying to dox people in this live? The reason that it's a policy to have people turn on their cameras is so that people in your Discord can take screenshots of their face, go onto, websites that use AI to search for their face, and, you get the people's docs, you leak their information on live. Is that why,
no,
you were having a 30-minute straight circular argument with someone doing absolutely nothing productive, just repeating the same words, turn your camera on over and over again?
Doxed anybody.
We also don't promote
right.
the use
I know
of
you
AI.
don't. Your Discord does, though.
I didn't even dox the rapist we caught.
We didn't. No.
Yeah.
Well, you should.
The
Why don't
victim
you?
got the information.
I wanted
they
to protect
needed.
his victim. I handed her the evidence and let her make.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I don't dox people. I joke about
your Discord
doxing
does,
people.
though.
We don't condone doxing. Our Discord is actually a pretty lovely community
Got
that
rules
follows
against
the
that.
rules
Yeah.
of not doxing.
So, sometimes the mods will be like, "Hey, we found him," and I look at it and I'm like, "Okay, if he commits any crimes on my show, I'll forward that to the police." But no, we don't dox anybody.
No.
All right, fair enough.
You get banned from my Discord if you dox somebody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Yeah. All the doxing is jokes, people. Like the reason I want you to show your face is because I think that the risk of like that's a choice for them to make. I want them to make the choice to dox themselves. If you call it doxing to show your face on the internet, so I can't make them do it, but I can say that it's cowardly for them to not choose to do that. I fundamentally can't make them hit the button. So that still remains their choice. I just think that a person who chooses not to do that is demonstrating that there's somebody who's saying something online that they're afraid of having associated with them. And there's thousands and thousands of people on all these lives who go and support. I have a big target on my back. I get death threats. I got people who are out to get me. I've gotten some scary messages, but we're not talking to people who have Twitter after them like I do. We're talking about people who are calling into a show. If you think you're in danger for being a bigot on here, then there'd be a big problem with bigots getting murdered or if you're afraid of losing your job though because of your political beliefs being associated with your identity, that's the fuck on you. You're not in fucking danger of anything other than reasonable consequences for your actions, and that's why your camera's not on, because you don't want your wife to know, you don't want your girlfriend to know, you don't want your mother to know, you don't want your family to know, you don't want your friends to know, you don't want your coworkers to know, you don't want your bosses to know. Predictor, I was gonna let him back up for 2 seconds to see what he was
not after the camera conversation. We're gonna get something ugly. I can feel it.
Probably
feel it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I mean, if I hate exposing the audience, that type of thing, but if they want to get themselves arrested.
This is your friendly reminder, though. In chat, in the Discord, no matter where you go, these callers, they can be a bigot here with their face on the screen. It does not leave that. No doxing.
No
Absolutely
doxing.
Not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we do the gag of I found a picture of you and it's a picture of a Klansman, which I've done that picture quite. And that's funny. We did it yesterday, the day before for the first time, and the guy ran. The guy ran the moment I said I had a picture of him because he thought, oh no, they found me. And it's like, yeah, dude, like, why be fucking afraid of that? Like, that, you know, that, who the fuck are you? Do you think somebody's gonna fucking shoot you in the neck? Get the fuck over yourself. Like, seriously. I need to worry about that. You got to worry about that when you got 250,000 followers. But we're going to see if Straw Hat Marky feels that way. But after I remind everybody that you can go to the link tree in the bio and follow me on all the other platforms if you want to support that dirty dox and grift. Reminder, do not fucking dox people on my platform. You'll get banned from anything I have control over if you dox people. If you find information on criminal callers, privately send that to me. We might forward that to authorities. We catch criminals sometimes on the show. One rapist. I'm very excited about that rapist we caught. And again, wanted to protect his victims. So I didn't even announce what state that guy lived in.
Right.
Yeah, not and vigilantism is generally bad, right? Like sending the internet after a bad dude is not good. That's not justice. That's not due process, right? Like that's fundamentally the issue with doxing, is that it creates punishment when people like bother you at your home or harm you in that way. Whereas if somebody fires you from your job because you're a Nazi, that's your own fucking fault. Don't be a Nazi. That's different.
Well, me and Oscar talked about this. A friend of mine got doxed during not a friend of mine, but yes.
Associate of yours?
Got doxed during the George Floyd protest because their brother went looting during George Floyd. I come from a very red area. So they went looting and somebody took a video of them and accused them of just taking advantage of that, which they absolutely were. But unfortunately, when that video went viral, somebody from my high school doxed them, full address and everything. And because of that, my friend's family, just because her brother unfortunately caught the wind of he was terrible, but her whole family had to flee their home. They were in danger. People were outside with guns.
Yeah, people catch strays, you know, like why would you go after a family member of someone who's shitty? Like,
they didn't agree with their brother's point of view at all. And there they were fleeing, asking me, can I stay at your house until these people go away? Yeah. So don't dox.
Yeah. And the rapist admitted to the rape on the live, and then his victim found the content, and it was the evidence that she needed because the police didn't believe her version of the story, but it was corroborated by his confession on my show. Episode 15. Trigger warning.
Huge trigger warning for episode 15.
Huge trigger warning for episode 15. Straw Hat Marky. Hello, how old are you? Oh, no, they disconnected. Above average Mark. Oh, different Marky. This one's above average. Allegedly. Hello, how old are you? Oh, he's gone. We got friendlies and we got El Predictor. I don't think we're doing. I think we're doing that right now. We got an hour. We got a little more than an hour in the show. I would like to keep it going.
Go ahead and double tap that screen, fam.
Double tap the screen. All that fucking bullshit I'm supposed to say. Guys, TikTok's falling behind. YouTube's winning these days. We got YouTube pulling ahead.
Yeah, YouTube has more viewers. Thanks, YouTube family. We love you. YouTube has a tendency to stick around longer. That's the big thing. So I think a lot of people put on YouTube as like a podcast while they're at work versus TikTok's more of a scroll thing.
Yeah, the average watch time on a 4-hour show is like 11 minutes on TikTok. It's 42 minutes on YouTube, and that's for the live version of the show. It's actually pretty similar for the VODs, but it's fucking crazy. I don't scroll past Oscar. Oh,
Mog of the Wild is in chat. We miss you, Mog.
Love you, Mog of the Wild. Oh man, like, okay, I know we're really slow behind the scenes getting the phone number set up so that we can take calls from the public like directly through phone lines, and I'm just really hoping we get some fresh calls that way. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to ask people to turn their cameras on that way.
Yeah.
Though we are going to not allow calls from numbers that don't have caller ID, and it's going to be Scout's honor that we're not going to dox people like unless they commit a fucking crime. Screechmeister, you get back in the queue. I'll talk to you. I saw you in the queue for 2 seconds. We can talk. We can have Screechmeister time for the rest of the show, or for some of the show.
Joey on TikTok said that he blames Kronos, that beautiful SOB.
Screech, get back in the damn queue. Why do you keep flickering?
The Kronos lore transcends platforms.
Yes. There he is. Come here, Screechmeister. He's 53, right? Am I going to remember finally how old Screechmeister is? He's 53.
there. That's for all the fucking pussies that didn't turn their goddamn camera on you for today.
I'm glad that you think that they're pussies. Like again.
Well, they're fucking scared ass little bitches. You know what I mean?
People disagree with me about whether or not they're pussies, and people disagree with me about whether or not you're a pussy. And I don't think you are a pussy, Screech. I think you do stand on business. 10 toes down. I do think so, and that's why you're willing to show your camera, which is great.
I'm not afraid. I mean, what are they gonna? What's the worst they're gonna do? Come down the street and kick my ass?
I don't actually even think that's gonna happen. Is what I say about the whole thing.
But if I'm gonna come up here and call you a cocksucker, for instance, I should be mad enough to turn my fucking camera on. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I think men and women should be man enough to show their face with what they believe in. If we're gonna use that type of language, what are we talking about today, Screechmeister?
Oh, that's all I really wanted to say was I thought all your fucking guests that didn't come up here today showing their fucking camera are fucking pussies. And, you know, over the last couple of days, if you don't want to show your face, then don't fucking run your cockholster. Oh, and then the other thing was I tried to go up with you and Parker the other day, and Parker kept declining me.
Well, I mean, I don't know your history with Parker, and I cannot speak on behalf of Parker. I have no control over how he runs his show.
Well, I called him the RT word.
The R what word?
The RT word, the one you bounced me for.
Yeah, dude. Then of course he's not going to let you in the queue. He's got a busier queue than me. He can't have people in the queue that be using the R word.
Hang on. I had to swallow. I'm eating on your show when I really shouldn't.
Hey, see, look at that. You got some kind of manners. But unless you want a topic, I'm going to move on to the next caller.
All right, well, no, just go ahead. I mean, I just thought I'd come up and just tell all these bitches to turn their fucking camera on before they call you a fucking name. If not, just leave your, stop the name calling.
Thank you, Screechmeister. W Screech. Today, Screech just gets a W. Storm Clown. We're going to see if he's a clown. Is he a clown? Probably. The Shadow Nose sent $5 on YouTube Super Chat to say nothing to say except hi and take my money. Go Oscar and team. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to join. Love you.
Love you too. Goodbye. All right, we'll see what RFKidding me has to say real quick before we keep looking for callers. Hello.
Oscar, a couple days ago you had that fake crash out that was fun, but you mentioned him today. You keep talking about my savior, and I'm here to represent the Church of CK, the Church of Charlie Kirk. Now, you deny him, but I tell you what, he is our debater and savior. He became content for your sins. He can turn water into whiny tears. And
you quit clowning. That I tell you what is going to bust out my Hank Hill impression.
But look, blessed is thy name, hallowed was thy neck. Can we just come together and pray?
No comment.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the president makes fun of dead people. That shit's funny.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just need you to know that together we are Charlie. I can't.
No, I can't say.
But, we are Charlie Kirk.
Dude, better than most of the trolls, I will say.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually have classical training, but I'm not going to do that out here at work, so no thank you.
Oh my gosh, do you have like opera training?
A little bit. I was my high school's vocal ensemble encore regional champions.
Yeah, you were.
Oh, theater kid. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, we'd had choreography.
Heck yeah.
All right, I think we got some opposition in the queue, so I'll let you go.
Go ahead.
Later, dude. Amaranthius sent $5 to say, you may have a right to say it. I have an equal right to judge you for saying it. You should be ready to face those consequences. Hee hee. Yeah. Absolutely. Hence, Butterham is our next caller. How posh sounding.
Hey,
also sounds a little bit fake. How old?
What'd you eat today, man?
How old are you?
18. What'd you eat today, though?
I had some energy bars this morning. I didn't feel like doing a proper breakfast.
That's it? Just energy bars, man?
Yeah, I was in a little bit of a hurry, so instead of cooking breakfast, I ate some like fruit bars.
You must be starving, huh?
I'm hungry.
I'll eat after the show. We got another hour. I think I'll make it. Why the fuck are you asking me these questions?
No, I'm just wondering. No, but obviously we're not going to change each other's opinions on, which stance we're going to hold on. Like, for instance, the other day I saw you agreeing with the guy that we shouldn't abolish ICE, obviously, but it should just be handled better. Like, you want to abolish it, but treat it a better... No, you did. Yeah, you did say that. You said you want to abolish it and create a better system, right?
I also think it could just be handled by regular law enforcement. We don't necessarily need like a specific agency. All I was saying is that in my perfect world, like in my perfect...
yes or no? Did you say you wanted to abolish ICE? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, in your perfect world, what? You're saying in your perfect world, what?
Yeah, my producer's pointing at the fuck ICE sign that's hanging behind me. In my perfect world, immigration laws are still enforced by somebody, whether that's its own agency or just an extension of the responsibilities of existing law enforcement agencies. That's to be determined, but I think that everybody who works for the current ICE should be fired. Every one of them.
Okay, and did you have the same opinion under Obama, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think because under Obama, Trump, ICE didn't do the sorts of things
Trump's bad man, huh? Trump's bad man.
No, that's not my reasoning.
All right, tell me.
Well, it's just that under Obama, they didn't do all the horrible, unconstitutional things that I'm so upset about them currently doing.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you label them as neo-Nazis and white supremacists...
It's not labeling, it's their behavior, it's what they're doing.
It's not labeling. So you're calling them white supremacists, neo-Nazis. Okay.
I do because of their behavior.
That's pretty disingenuous.
Because of their behavior. Oh, he ran. Yeah, this bullshit wasn't gonna work on me. Fucking. He was probably a minor anyway. No camera on for that account. Didn't have the privileges, or the account was private. Lucky Phil sent $2 to say rare Screech W and another $2 to say we are Charlie Kirk's neck.
God damn it.
I can't read the rest of it. Should I read the rest of it?
No!
Come read the rest of it. Come judge whether or not I should read the rest of it. It says it here.
Oh, you can read that.
Okay. We are Charlie Kirk's neck. Holier than thou. Again, I'm just like, okay, the truth is, I'm like not a person who's like going around telling Charlie Kirk jokes generally. Didn't do it much on this show. It's that, it's that I'm so fucking mad at the Republicans for pearl clutching about it, is that I want to tell Charlie Kirk jokes because the president fucking makes fun of people who die. These people call into my show and talk about fucking Renee Good's corpse rotting with worms and laugh about it and shit. Like, fuck, yeah, I'm done with the fucking pearl clutching. Fuck the guy. I think it's utterly fucking hilarious that he got assassinated in the middle of talking about bullshit about trans people committing violence, and he was not killed by a trans person. I think that the fact that he was lying about gun violence while being killed by gun violence is utterly ironic. I think that's obvious. And if I'm gonna get in trouble for it, like fucking come at me. Like, what? Seriously, like it's despicable that these people think that he's important in that way. The fact that the fact that his name gets uttered more than Melissa Hortman's is just such a fucking shame. But yeah, political violence is bad. Like, I don't support violence. I support getting people to fucking unclutch their pearls. If they're gonna make fun of us for dying in our streets, like, fucking whatever. But like, we're just getting to that place in the discourse where it's like, it's all fucking Octagon style trash talking. There's just like so little actual, there's like 3 people who call into this show right now who are willing to have a meaningful conversation. It's Iowa golfer screechmeister and the TVbiasc, the like young military guy. Like, other than that, it is just like Phil Bros, like fart smelling about abortion, and like white nationalists hiding behind they hoods. And people who are just like in this for the fucking lols. Like, they don't even actually care about the very politics they claim to defend. And I'm just, yeah. Fucking, and the queue's empty. We're sitting here with 1,000 people watching, the queue's empty. It's remarkable to me.
NES Josh came into the TikTok chat to spread the cult of Kronos. I find it very funny that people are moving from chat to chat.
Yeah, they're trying to indoctrinate the TikTok viewers to become YouTube viewers. RFKidding me's back. I'll give him the airtime because we got nobody in the queue.
I'm gonna be super fast, but no, next time Iowa golfer comes up, it never got resolved, but he got like so livid about wanting to defend Israel that one day, and I felt like it never really got touched base on. So like, I feel like that's the next thing he really needs to come up. The next time he does come up, bypassing everything else, dig into that, because he was very staunch on that, and it never really reached closure because it was on another person's live. I know it wasn't on yours.
Yeah, it was on Pickles' live, and I came on for a section of that, and I actually did talk a little bit about Israel offline with Iowa Golfer, like on the phone, and it's such a difficult topic because it is one of those topics where there's just a seemingly impenetrable wall of Kool-Aid that he's drank, where for some reason he's just so set on it being important that Israel's like sovereignty is protected, which gives them complete right to do whatever the hell they want to Palestine and for us to support them in that effort. So I've gone through all that with him, and I'm sure it'll come up again on the show. I want it to, but it is also just hard when it's such such a touchy, complicated topic, the history of Israel and Palestine. It's a little bit like trying to talk about like nuclear physics to a Trump supporter, which I have to do to talk about things like the JCPOA, and it's just like always ineffective. So I sit and ruminate on talking about that with him, because it's
to know the ins and outs of all the history of it, going back all the way to 1954 with Project Ajax and everything else that has happened between Palestine and Israel, with a lot of intermediate intervention over the decades through the U.S. military system.
Yeah. I want to face that with him. I'm thinking so hard about it, but that's why I keep talking to Iowa golfers, because I can figure out how to get there. Whereas there is just that Israel brick wall with so many Republicans, which is bizarre because it's new. It's
the big question that has really hit some of them, that has had them recall, is what is the scale of violence necessary for retribution? And it's hard for them to answer that, because I mean, they say, eye for an eye, this and that, but this is an eye for the eye manufacturer. The scale is just
I'll try to point out other issues on the world stage where it's like, all right, you say that because of this we should do that. Here's 6 other countries that are doing this. Oh, well, we shouldn't do that to them, and it's like, right, why? Why has Fox News convinced you that this is the situation where we should apply this reasoning? So
honestly, the only people who are actually still interested in Fox News are the only people who think Greg Gutfield and Jesse Waters are funny, and those people are the most irrelevant people. Yet they are.
Oh, I think you're breaking up. Am I losing you?
Yeah, probably so, because out here in the work parking lot, it gets dead. It's like they don't want us talking to people. They're like, no, don't leave.
Sure thing.
Because I'm at a let's see, I don't know if I could say them, a Glamazon warehouse, and we just found out that they this happened in Little Rock. They had initially opened up they purchased a large amount of land to open up another warehouse. They recently just sold that to install a data center that everyone in the community have voted against, but because it is their property, they are able to allocate it for it, so we don't get a say.
Oh,
fucking data centers, man.
Yep. So we get to look for the discomfort and effects to our water systems now. So, yeah.
Well, we're dealing with some of that here.
We don't get raisins, but every now and then we'll get occasional pizza handout. Because I saw somebody down there.
Wow. I'll keep the line clear for callers, but thanks again for filling some airtime.
Absolutely, man.
Appreciate you, RF kidding me. He's always fun. Brittany sent me $5 on Venmo to say, in a meeting at work today, and the icebreaker question was, what representative of the human race would you send to greet friendly aliens? Most answers were wholesome, like Mr. Rogers or Steve Irwin. Steve Irwin's a good pick. Some young guy said Kirk, and the whole room fell silent. I just think that, I don't think that these fucking chuds realize that there's, fucking 10-20% of people who are paying attention to all this online bullshit, and it might feel very 50-50, Charlie Kirk was a great American hero versus no, he was a hateful piece of shit. You go out in the real world and you forget that I think most everybody thinks that Charlie Kirk is a hateful piece of shit. And I mean, especially the people who know anything about him. So it's easy for people to walk into a room like that and not realize how much they're outing themselves as a bigot by supporting that sort of thing. Because the right works very hard to make it feel of course we love Charlie Kirk. Everybody loves Charlie Kirk. You have to like Charlie Kirk to be a true American. And in reality, a lot of people don't even know who Charlie Kirk is. Like I remember when he died, like I knew who he was, but there were so many people around me who didn't, who just because they weren't like young internet dwellers, they were just other people out there. Oh yeah, the debate guy. Yeah, who? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? That was the thing people would ask me. They'd be like, is he a good big guy or a bad guy? I'm like, he's a bad guy. And they're like, oh, okay. Who killed him? I'm like, I don't know. We'll find out. Like,
well, some girl tried to get me fired from my high school for having a
fired from your high school?
God damn it. Fired from my job. Some girl I went to high school with tried to get me fired from my job for adding like a Charlie Kirk joke, a tasteful one, to my stand-up comedy set right after he passed. And she told a bunch of people from my high school to like get them in on helping her. And what she didn't realize is they all just went to me and they're like, by the way, she's doing this. Oscar, now that you know that, am I going to lose my job for making fun of Charlie Kirk in my stand-up set?
No.
Yeah, no, he helped me write the joke.
Oh, I don't even remember the joke.
Actually, no, you didn't help me with that one. That was before you started helping me write jokes.
Shh, don't tell them that I'm your ghostwriter.
Oops.
Now they're going to blame me for all your hilarious Charlie Kirk jokes.
Charlie Kirk's on me.
Do you remember what the joke was?
That was the one where I had a tight 5 that all like looped back to one final punchline at the end, so it just wouldn't land.
David sent $5 on Venmo. This is cool, David. He said, Venmo, come on, Venmo, get back to work on that. Fix your dang notifications. Donation for lawyer to prevent Jessie from getting fired from her high school. Well, you know, it's okay if she gets fired from high school. She's going to be mayor of Minnesota.
I'm going to remove my own tongue.
Zachary sent me $5 on Venmo to say Charlie Kirk died the same way as my dog. My dog dying was a bigger loss for the world. Same day as my dog. I was going to say.
I was just about to say.
I'm so sorry your dog died, but I misread that. I'm very glad that your dog did not die the same way as Charlie Kirk.
And the day before 9/11, never forget.
Oh, God. Yeah. I did keep track, though, when I was working in a comedy bar on 9/11, the day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I kept count of whether there were more 9/11 jokes or more Charlie Kirk jokes. And there were more Charlie Kirk jokes.
Which is funny. Mine was
9/11.
both, by the way.
Yeah, plenty of people told both. Brittany said...
It's like free day for comedy.
Brittany sent $5 to say, you make a great point. I think a lot of boomers and older people on the right who aren't online were introduced to CK by Fox News when they broke the story of his assassination, but were told he was this good Christian American. That's why they were so offended by the jokes. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably are living in like a totally like washed legacy of his, where it's like, oh, he like started this company. Like I have fucking pick-me girls call into this show. The pick-me girls are like, Charlie Kirk has created a foundation that has employed 3 or 4 women. Like whatever the fuck it is. It's like, yeah. They got the race trader Savannah Hernandez getting her ass whipped at the Whipple building because if you go to a funeral and mock the dead, eventually you'll catch a punch. Win your assault case, get to send the federal government after the people whose protest you attended or funeral you attended. Great. No, but yeah, I think it's right that a lot of people think of him as just like he died believing political ideologies, and it's like, yeah, the political ideologies were like pretty reprehensible. Still bad that he died for that, but like, let's not pretend the guy was a saint. And then I think we had a YouTube super chat come in that I didn't.
Wait, just quick in the TikTok chat because they were cooking and I feel bad YouTube can't see it. Somebody said that. Oh shoot! Now I lost it. I got
Jazz Bancraft sent $5 on YouTube super chat to say DOJ tweets war crime footage to put to Katie Cook. I'm going to start over. DOJ tweets war crime footage put to Katy Perry's firework despite her protest. We can make whatever jokes we want at the expense of the dead neo-Nazis. Again, I'm not even all that about fucking like making Charlie Kirk jokes. I kind of just do it like out of protest for the fact that it's considered so wrong.
All right, Thyron Chilla said, "Don't gnome your dogs, y'all." And then RFKidding said, "Damn, poor dog got whatever by a rooftop killer." And then Pud Pullington said, "It's true, I was debating his dog."
Was his dog lying about trans people? How old are you, Plant Mo Trees?
Oh, sorry, I did not mean to join, but
no worries. Appreciate you. Ooh, I think they had something to get in there, but I want to get another debate. We got another hour. I'd like to go. Let's go to Mykeri Voidstar. I do see you, Derek. Sit tight. Mykeri Voidstar. I don't know how to interpret that username. Don't know what that is. Hello.
Hey, man. 30.
Are you a Trump supporter?
I am not really a supporter of anybody lately because I'm not really happy with any outcome. I kind of had a question, and if honestly, that'll probably be it. I'm just curious about your point of view. Like, why do you hate Charlie Kirk? I'm just curious.
I think he knowingly espoused beliefs that were really harmful to people who weren't white men because he wanted to live in a world where he as a white man was superior to women and minorities. And I think he was doing that on purpose. I don't think he believed most of the things he taught.
What do you think about, I have to check my sources on this, but I don't know how true it is, but he was kind of shedding some light on what was actually going on in Gaza as far as Israel, because I'm not suicidal.
Well, yeah. So we can wear the tinfoil hats a little bit. I always just say that, like, when we're in tinfoil hat mode, we are just speculating. What?
Shit's getting weird though.
Well, we're in tinfoil hat territory because the government has been caught doing some things that are decidedly tinfoil hat territory, which means that, like, we're not necessarily, talking nonsense if we do, theorize about some conspiracies. That said, burden of proof. I'm not going to sit here and assert that I think that the government took care of Charlie Kirk because he was presenting a problem for our relationship with Israel. But I do see that a lot of people felt that he was pulling away, like his approach to politics and the mission of Turning Point USA was becoming something that was misaligned with the Republicans in terms of foreign policy. They were pretty well aligned on domestic policy. So, like, when people say, did the government assassinate Charlie Kirk for pulling away from the main stage Republican beliefs right now about what foreign policy issues should be, I say plausible, but I need a lot more evidence than that.
Yeah.
But
that was all I had.
Well, I know, but I'm curious about you because you said you don't really support anybody, but I don't think that that's sensible. I think you should support people who don't support Donald Trump. I think that what's happening is really dangerous and scary for the country.
I went down a lot of personal journeys. I was on the field of Burn. I was on the Bernie train. He let me down, and it's just been a lot of letdowns, man.
Bernie let you down?
I did support Trump. I also tried to go libertarian. But those guys can't find their head out of their ass or a hole in the ground.
They can just never tell me who it is who's going to pave the roads.
Like, again, it's like it's all good on paper, but
how did Bernie let you down?
I don't know. I felt like he kind of like threw in the towel kind of early personally, but I mean, the cards were kind of stacked against him, but
well, I mean, he threw in the towel when he lost. I voted in the primary that caused him to throw in the towel in New York in 2016. He lost the state primary for the Democratic nomination in 2016 to Hillary Clinton. And that was it. And in that moment, he very promptly threw in the towel and announced, I'm conceding. And he endorsed Hillary Clinton because he wanted all the people who were excited about him to vote for Hillary Clinton. And I felt like disenfranchised by that. I was like really upset. I was really bummed. I was like really let down. Like, I can relate to that feeling, but I don't know how you get from there to supporting Trump.
Well, I'm pretty open-minded. I'm not like I kind of just make my own opinion, and I'm sure that sounds crazy, and I don't even really necessarily like him now because it's like ultimately the goal I want for America is to literally get, pardon my French, but our dick out of everybody's business.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'm not so extreme as to say we shouldn't have like military bases the world over. I do think that's good. I think we're one of the major world superpowers, and us like bowing out of that is just not probably good for foreign policy in the 21st century. That's what I think. I disagree with some of the leftists on that sort of stuff. I can just judge individual foreign policy interactions that we have. Like, obviously the involvement in the Middle East right now is very bad, I think. But I just still don't understand how you went from Bernie to Trump. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all.
Well, I was tired of supporting the Libertarian Party. And I don't know. I just kind of lost politically, but I just want peace, man. Like, nobody's delivering that. I know that's like a crazy thing. How the hell do you go from, I asked myself that, dude. I don't know how I went from Bernie to Trump. I was looking for anything, dude. And that's how it ended up. I don't judge people based off of like something, 25 years ago. I got to judge based off of the actions and what they do. And unfortunately, the actions he has taken is not very good.
I do think you can judge somebody from what they did 25 years ago if they were sufficiently old enough 25 years ago.
Then don't go on my Facebook. But no, I honestly, I'm just here for whoever's gonna like not start World War III. Personally,
Do you think that Trump is more or less likely to start World War III than Kamala Harris would have been?
Dude, I think we're all idiots with power, man. I think all of them are equal.
Here's where I really get into conflict with like sometimes the leftists that call in is that they'll say like, oh, Hillary and Kamala and Trump, it's the same. They're both evil, and it's like asserting that two things so complicated as a presidential administration are identical to each other is insane. I think it's delusional, nonsensical.
Isn't that great that you have the freedom to make such, different drastic choices? And I see people clowning on me in the comments. Like, I just do me, man. I did what I thought was best, and it wasn't. And I'm at least a big enough person to admit when I'm wrong. I bet all these people. I bet all the people in the comments have never been wrong in a day in their life.
Focus on me. I'm trying to address the fact that you're like kind of. I want to know if that's what you think. Like, is it just the same? Like they're both bad, and it doesn't make a difference who's in charge?
Yeah.
But
personally,
do you think Alex Preddy would be dead if Kamala Harris was president?
Maybe not, but that's all speculation.
It's all speculation. That's what voting is. You speculate about who's going to be a better president. And I was worried enough when Donald Trump became president that they were going to send armed men to my neighborhood and cause harm. I was worried in the same way that Kamala Harris was when she made her concession speech and said that Donald Trump will send armed men to your city. And I watched that and thought, oh, fuck, it's probably going to be my city first. As far as ICE agents, in terms of the like large scale operation they did it, we were first. They kind of tested the waters, sending the National Guard to some places and increasing the number of.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm an idiot.
I'm just saying that some people who watched this made some predictions about what's happening, and those predictions were right. And here I am with dead neighbors about it, and it just doesn't land very well with me when you say it's the same. When I really don't think that we'd have bombed that school in Iran if Kamala Harris was president. I don't think it's likely that we'd have any large military involvement with Iran at all. Probably would still be, probably still have Israel in our pockets. That's one that we, there was no referendum for that on the ballot in 2024, unfortunately. But we got to just weigh all these things against each other. And I think that the situation we're in right now, where all those bad things I just listed are happening, and power is being consolidated by very few in the executive branch, because there's people in the legislative branch who are loyal to them, and people in the judicial branch who are appointed by Trump. And I think that Trump has done so many illegal and obviously unconstitutional, immoral, dangerous, unpatriotic things that I think that we need to have some sort of change where his appointees become illegitimate, because he's so obviously illegitimate. He's so obviously broken so many laws. He's so obviously worked against the interest of the American people. I think we've got this rat's nest of problems that have been created for us by his two administrations that we're just not going to be able to make very fast progress on doing. And I don't see that anything like that would have happened if Kamala Harris was president, and we'd still have no tax on tips.
I'd like an independent party to rise, but
which of the two not independent parties support ranked choice voting, which is the only path forward that I personally see to getting third party or independent parties to be popular in American politics? If you have another way, I'd like to know, but I really think ranked choice voting is important for that.
Honestly, man, I think I'm wasting your time, so I'm just gonna pop out.
Why are you wasting my time, though? You're undecided. You're listening, right?
Yeah, I'm reasonable. I just like I don't know.
Why is it a waste of my time to talk to you?
I'm not trying to come off as like one-sided or anything.
I'm just trying to understand why you are so apathetic to what's happening in American politics.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, and I'm just kind of stating the obvious, that even, we vote for this person, whatever. Oh my God. It's not really our say at the end of the day. I'm kind of, that's where my tinfoil hat comes on, man. I feel like a lot of this shit has already been decided personally. Call me crazy if you want, but that's kind of where I'm at with things. I'll still go out and vote, you know. I'll probably vote Democrat next time.
If this was decided,
if there is a next time,
if this was all decided ahead of time, why was Biden president?
That's an interesting question. I can't actually answer that. I don't know.
I don't think that
because I don't know. We don't know what the plan is.
To that. I don't think it's compatible with your perspective on this. I think if it was rigged, like Biden wouldn't have been president. Like that doesn't make any sense to me. Why do you think it's all been decided before? If you look at the betting markets, like Kalishi and stuff like that, or Kalshi or whatever it's called, Poly market, betting markets tend to be really accurate because people tie their money up in it. They're not just bullshitting online. They're staking huge amounts of money on what they think is going to happen. And the betting markets suggest to us that the outcome in November is completely unknown. You're teacupped. When you leave the app, you're muted. It shows me a little picture of a teacup on your profile picture, and we can't hear you. But I want you to stay on the line because I think I'm holding you to account for the fact that you're apathetic towards a very serious problem in this country. And I think that's making you a little bit uncomfortable, but I'll read some donations in the meantime. Charlie Twerp and Donald Trump, let me try again. Charlie Twerp, he ran. Charlie Twerp and I can't read today. Charlie Twerp and Donald Chump, that's the super chat for $2. Thank you, Joey. And Don't Steal My Stuff sent $5 to say, before I got into politics, CK was a meme personality to me, guy with a small face. I quoted CK on a post about his death and was unfriended for his quote. Ironic, huh? Lucky Phil said jokes about Charlie Kirk will never grow old, just like Charlie Kirk. Thank you for the $2, Lucky Phil. People used to say, like, you joke about Charlie Kirk on this show all the time, and I'd be like, no, I don't, because I didn't. And I've kind of just changed the rule. I'm kind of just like welcome to it because it's gotten so mean, like both on here and in actual politics, like Trump making fun of people dying and stuff, that I'm just like, fuck it. Like, what's the problem? Like, First Amendment or no? Like, come on. As long as I don't piss off TikTok, right? I'm allowed. It's fucking ridiculous. Unclutch thy pearls, as I like to say. Do we have anybody in the queue? Yes, we do. Oh, it's Dr. Dankinson. We'll see what he wants to say. Derek's here. Linktree in the bio. Venmo, Cash App, buy me a coffee, or Patreon if you like the way I handle the chuds. How you doing, Derek?
Yo, what's up, Oscar? It's a great show today.
It had some great moments, but I think flow-wise, it's been kind of a drag.
That last guy, I can't really blame him for being politically left out. Feeling so, that there's no one representing him, because like there kind of is no one representing people of like our age demographic. Like the whole government is sort of set up for, helping out the rich and powerful become more rich and powerful. So I understand the burnout entirely, but you can't give up hope.
Yeah.
And I'll admit, I actually kind of did. I was so burned out on politics before Operation Metro Surge, and that just made me realize, like, no, I could die. They will send me to a concentration camp if they can. So now it's sort of, I feel like I'm in it for my own survival.
Well, I say all the time that I think they're going to start arresting people more fastidiously if Republicans maintain control of the legislative branch after November. I'm pretty worried about that. And, for those watching, Derek's a person I know in person here in Minneapolis. So, like, we've both got the protester target on our back. We've both seen people around us get arrested and indicted by the FBI and stuff like that, get investigated by the FBI. And I do worry very seriously about that.
Well, and I know that right when Metro Surge started, I started seeing videos of like ICE agents in Minneapolis. I was like, fuck, what am I going to do if I see one of them? And like, I can't fully say that I wouldn't do exactly what Alex Preddy did, that I wouldn't just get so pissed off that I'd be like, no, and like actually intervene and end up getting shot. So like, I don't know, man. That's a big, obviously the biggest deal we're dealing with in politics right now. That's why, that's what started the show.
Yeah. I I got my start back in January and February, chasing ICE agents around. But yeah, I think that like there's this apathy towards like actually engaging with it. Like a lot of the people that could be reached are just like tired of all this fucking debate pageantry and stuff like that, which is why I'm trying to expand beyond just this particular structure and platform for how I do my outreach. Because I think we just need to get more people involved. We need to get more people listening. We need to get more people conversing. Maybe I need to go do the Charlie Kirk thing. Go sit up a tent somewhere and just talk to some people on the street.
I genuinely really think you should do the Charlie Kirk thing. I think you could do exactly what he was doing, except go to more like, conservative-oriented colleges. There are some in the South, and do exactly what he did. I think would be so incredibly interesting.
What are they going to do? Shoot me?
Yeah, they could, actually, unfortunately.
They'll be opposed if they do.
No. Right. Yeah. No. The whole Charlie Kirk thing, man. Like, I also had tons of people unfriend me for making jokes about him dying on Facebook, and I literally didn't realize he had fans. And the thing is,
seriously.
Oh, I had never heard seen an actual video of him before he died. I think I only knew about him from the tiny face memes from circa maybe 2018.
Just the tiny
yeah, it was all because why else would I be paying attention to anything he does? It wasn't for me. It was for chuds. And it actually turns out I found a survey from the Young Men's Research Project from May of last year. So Charlie was still in his prime. He was still alive, and they were it was surveying for who young men have heard of. They had 30 different people in the zeitgeist, and they asked and Charlie Kirk came in at the bottom. He was in the bottom of all 30 of them. Sneeko is more popular than Charlie Kirk according to that survey.
Well, I mean, I remember when I found out that Charlie Kirk died, I was sitting on the couch in my neighbor's apartment, the one I'm talking about, and he told me, and he said, "Oh my God, that's crazy," and he pulled up the footage, and I was like, "Whoa, the debate guy, that's crazy, what a piece of shit." And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I don't know, really? I don't people." I remember saying to him, "People get shot every day. I don't care that this asshole got shot." And I didn't even think it'd be that big a fucking deal. So what? Some asshole got shot. Assholes get shot, right? Isn't if we're gonna care about a murder happening, I guess it just comes down to the fact that Republicans are so hypocritical about the way they respond to violence, right?
Yes. Yes. So
it's bad for a person to be shot for their beliefs, but it's also bad when anybody gets shot for any reason. There's people who are murdered, people die in gun violence in this country every day.
One of the things I posted on Facebook when he was shot was come on, guys, you got to admit that if Greta Thunberg was choked on a pretzel tomorrow, you guys would all be like, "Ha, dumb bitch died." I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on TikTok, but that's what they would say.
Yeah,
and
I think there's
well, when Renee Good died, that is what they said. Is they're like, "Ha ha ha, she should have complied." And weren't you the guys 2 months ago telling me you should be sad because anyone dying is bad? It's well, no, it turns out it's only when people you die that it's bad.
Well, yeah, and I mean we can say that they have the benefit of the doubt, where it's not the people who are making fun of Renee Good who are also pearl clutching about Charlie Kirk. It sounds like there maybe are just people who joke about death and violence and people who don't. But I also just kind of don't buy it, from the I guess from content creators, there's individuals who call into this show who pearl clutch in that way, where it's you got really upset about a Charlie Kirk quip, but here you are disparaging Renee Good, saying that I had somebody tell me that if her kid didn't want to have his mother die, they should have had a cooler mother or something like that, where it's just bro,
oh yeah, no,
fucking the child catching strays. I'm steadfastly nice about Charlie Kirk's children, for fuck's sake.
Oh, I would have felt bad for his children before he died if I'd known they existed.
I feel bad that they exist. Yeah,
I feel terrible for them.
They've got a rough go if the plan is for them to be decent human beings who don't have a whole mess of fucking trauma. So I really fucking worry for those kids.
What's that beeping?
What is that beeping? Is that you?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's probably I'm at work. It's the scanner I have. My bad.
Oh, no worries. I want to get one more call in today, so I'm going to clear the line. I'll let
sure.
you go.
No, absolutely. No, have a great rest of your show, dude.
Catch you later. He's not at the grocery store. He's scanning boxes. I know what his job is. But yeah, the beep was penetrating into the show.
Beep was what?
Penetrating deeply into my ears.
Why do I always invite these lines of discussion knowing that I'm going to regret it?
I don't know, you got to invite all sorts of meaningful, interesting conversations when you're mayor of Minnesota.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to read the chat. I almost didn't catch that. I was catching another stray.
I'm never going to let it go. That shit's funny. But yeah, here I am talking shit about Charlie Kirk, and there ain't no cowards to come up and give me a hard time about it. What is this? What's happening? Got to get that phone number. Got to get that phone number added so we can actually engage fucking directly. Or maybe we could just call it, because I feel like we're not getting pushed out on the For You page. I don't know if we're going to get a caller in the next 35. I don't know. Let's pick somebody to raid.
Oh, good idea.
I've been meaning to do that more. I just always, I forget. Because I can tell people to go to the link tree in the bio and follow all the other platforms for free. Let's see how many YouTube followers we have. Let's see if we've gone up since the beginning of the show.
It's Parker or Corey.
Parker or Corey?
Who did we do? We did Joey yesterday. We could do Parker today.
We could, but I feel like we should do Corey. No, I kind of want it.
Corey's got like 5 people on a panel right now.
No, then let's actually not, because in terms of doing the raid, I do prefer it to just go to somebody's like show directly. I think we're gonna wrap a little early because we're not getting callers. It's been friendly for a little while here. Scared away all the trolls by asking them to turn on their cameras. So I think we're just gonna do. Oh, you know what? No. Don't raid Parker. Let's do politics of Matt. He's live on his own right now. Username is just politics of Matt.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, let me just make sure that's good. Double check that that's right.
Yesterday after the raid, I ended up watching Joey for like another 2 hours.
Joey's great. Love Joey. Yeah, Joey's a DACA recipient. So the fact that the fact that he sits and like fucking deals with it with the chuds. Let's do Matt. Let me just find his username exactly so I can get the ad tag.
It is politics of Matt perfectly.
Politics of Matt. Yeah, it's politics of Matt. At politics of Matt. I should see all you there, right? We're all gonna be watching politics of Matt in just a second here. Anything else before we go, Jessie?
No. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah, sorry I didn't get any callers. Maybe we'll get some work done on that fucking phone number today. Goodbye, TikTok. And goodbye, YouTube.
Are you Oskar Quentin Music or Oskar Quentin on TikTok?
Just Oskar Quentin.
Okay.